Hey there, I'm Curtis, and you're watching CTG's first, everything, labelled War on Humanity. Now, before we get into this, I felt it was needed to have a little context for the campaign and, CTG as a whole. CTG is just audio, and at most times it'll be a singular image just looping over and over. This is because we're actually all hideous, disgusting monsters that can't be seen on camera. No, we are just all camera shy though. And before we get into the campaign context video, I apologize for the constant buzz and, lower quality. I promise, if you can slug it through, it does in fact get better. Additionally, another thing to add, on top of that large list, at some points it may sound like, just may, that I'm filled with rage and ready to strangle my players right there on the table. Just please do remember, we are actually all very close friends who have known each other long before playing. Please remember that before thinking I'm a demonic tyrant that reigns over the table. Anyways, here's the context video. Enjoy. In the age before the convergence, two worlds spun in parallel, oblivious to each other, yet bound by fate. On one side was the mundane, a place of steel cities and glass towers. Its people only knew one language, science and industry. Shaping their lives through relentless progress, history flowed like a river, each century adding to the crescendo of invention and ambition. They long since dismissed tales of magic as myth, confining such wonders to the dusty pages of old books. On the other side laid a world woven from threads of arcana. Here, magic was as natural as breath, flowing through rivers blooming from stones and bending to the will of those who dared harness its power. It was the building block of all. Only here it could be accessed. It was aptly named Leos. This world whose history was told in whispers, through songs of the Fae and the murmurs of enchanted winds. A place where legends were more than story. This was until both worlds passed through one another, fracturing and leaving remnants upon the last. Both worlds filled with history now meaningless, as a new is born. Now there is no mundane, there is no organic. Now, only the one, an untamed land where skyscrapers twist with vine, where dragons soar over bustling city streets, casting shadow over cars and cobblestone alike. Forests taking root in what were once industrial zones. Magic and science swirling as one, creating powers both wondrous and terrifying. As this fledgling world takes shape, heroes and villains alike rise from the ruins of their past lives, each one driven to carve their own legend into the very fabric of the convergence. At least, that's what I would have said. But we are venturing into the world only mere years after the convergence, where only war and blood stained these lands. You see, when the convergence occurred, humans were sent to places they were never meant to be. The races, orcs, demons, quartet, they were not welcoming to the thought of being invaded. They took it as a sign of war, that the humans had made the first move. And without knowing, mankind had initiated the war on humanity. Hey there, I'm Curtis, and I'll be your DM today. And welcome to CTG. Now, to the left of me,
Taylor.
Tyson.
Hey there, I'm D-Man.
I'm Kat.
Kayn.
and we'll be going into a session set in a world of calamity.
Let's not waste no more time and get straight into this. Now we'll be starting off with. Oh, this might be a bit loud. We'll be starting off with. It's not loud at all. We'll be starting off with Tyson, Taylor, and Kat. Now, the three of you find yourselves returning from a scouting mission out on the field. You're scouting the area around something called the Quartet, is what you're scouting. It was not just the three of you, though now it's just the three of you that return. Now, you possibly damaged maybe a hobble. You're walking back to the large, towering gates of Silverstoak. Is there any words passed by?
Well, Darian Wood. Good job back there. You know, you really managed to deflate a lot of our supplies back there. Nice.
Indeed. Yes, thank you. You two.
That wasn't an actual. What's the word? You know, gratification. Do better next time.
Oh, I'm sorry, Claymore, Mr. Claymore.
Right. So you walk up to the gates, the three of you. Now, you've got nothing but, not even heavy armor is equipped on you, due to a more sneaking, stealthy mission needed. Obviously, you still have it in your inventory, don't worry, guys. But, who'd be the first to reach the main gates? Now, they are currently closed.
I would say that would be...
I'll be the first one there.
Right. You walk up. Now, it has a little booth next to the front. Now, this would usually just be used for checking people's identities. But now it's more just to truly let who and who in. It's the stone wall. There's not like a glass panel like some sort of movie theater, but it's this stone wall with a slit underneath it. And only those who know how the humans operate go to these slits, or else it just looks like nothing. What do you do?
I don't have any paper. Oh, well, I just knock on the wall and say, hello, this is Darian Wood.
Darian? We're opening the gates now. We received a little something while you were away. You and your little party gonna need it. And he sees something slide through the divot underneath.
Oh.
They'd only be able to fit probably one hand through, not even another stacked on top of it. And he slides it through. It's quite a regal parcel with a wax stamp on it. Not to anybody, but it's been given to you. And you watch as these massive wooden doors creak open. Now, not humongous, but they're ready. They would be able to stop most intruders. And as it swings open, you see the empty, barren streets of Silverstoak. Now, this was once a thriving kingdom with a lot of community flavor and people. Now, what you look at is this barren-scaped land. It's most houses are vacant. Not even a soldier protrudes the streets. And this is due to because of the closeness it is to an area called the Quartet. And due to that being so close, most standard civilians were evacuated. Yes, thank you. Out of the area, leaving only soldiers. At once, a lot of soldiers, but now less than a handful, as the Quartet is extremely aggressive in their front. What do you do?
Well, I take the parcel, and I say thank you, and I walk in through the gates with
your two allies?
Yeah, with Timothy and Cassius.
Do you pocket the note immediately, or do you open it with two and watch?
I'll open it in front of both Timothy and Cassius.
So just as you get past that front gate and it starts closing behind you, you kind of slip your finger underneath and rip the wax seal off.
What is it?
Get this note out from within. And when you open it, it reads in a very cursive text. that you were to go retrieve a Brent Carter from his chambers. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess I look at my crew and say, who's Brent Carter? Oh, do we know this?
You would know him as one of the, I would say, higher ups in the ranks, and
Okay.
sitting in one of the areas in the kingdom. Maybe you could ask to know, but he's somewhere here. You're not going to have to travel half across the continent.
Would you say an ivory tower, perhaps? One of those kind of guys? I guess we don't know him. We're just gonna go off and get this random guy. Sounds like a good idea.
Most of you do lack the knowledge of him.
Is this how we typically receive missions?
Not typically, no. This is more estranged.
Okay.
Because before you left, there were camps being set up.
Mm.
Actually, quite a flurry of soldiers that were here, preparing for a push on a Pacific area that the quartet had taken over. Now, a few of these were good friends of yours. Maybe you knew them previously, but you do know that that was a while ago, and that march, probably one or two, if lucky, made it out alive. But other than that, it's been flushed empty. Now, the quartet do not know that this area is now empty, but there was a good illusion that the humanity holds a fourth of men, a absolute army, when they in fact do not. You and just a couple others are the only ones that would be defending Silverstoak at this time, and if it were to take attack, the only thing would be to do is flee. Right. I'm assuming the team of you move towards the main kingdom.
I guess, yeah.
Right. Now, you walk through these barren streets cobbled. Maybe even you can imagine, like in your mind, you can see carts. Because you were once previously. Would anybody of you... No, not you two, but... Do you think you would have visited Silverstoak in its prime? Cat?
I guess, yes. And I walk past it, knowing where to go.
Yeah. As you're walking past, you can kind of see the visions of what it used to look like. Children playing on the streets, markets thriving, a beautiful community, flags raised high. Now, nothing more than just sad cobble. And you make your way to the main kingdom. All of you. Now, as you enter within, it's almost like a labyrinth from where the guards must enter and the slaves must enter kind of area. Or the maids and whatnot. And you make your way to quite a high part of the kingdom. It sits it's kind of atop this hill. Kind of comes down to a more noble area, then to the peasants area. Now you make your way up there. There is almost no guards that you do see. It's extremely empty. You'd assume they're just positioned on the walls to make it look as though there's more. And you make your way up to what was once a large room for a noble to be staying at, a guest room, but now looks as though it is Brent Carter's room, as it would be put.
Well, yeah. I guess we walk in and say, is anyone here?
You walk in.
Oh, we knock.
Now,
All right. So while this is happening, I'm currently just in there snorting some selenite up. As I hear a knock on the door, and Brent Carter goes, "Oh, who is it?"
This guy just sounds like an absolute junkie. What are we doing with this guy? Was this supposed to be an assassination? Like, this is the name of the person we're killing? Was there nothing else on this? Aside from get this guy?
Is there someone out there? Come on.
Check the sheet again. What did it say?
We look down and check the sheet again. We read it a couple times.
And then he's starting to get a little bit sick by this. I just walk up and open the door. If you're going to knock, at least say something. Who are you?
So what are we looking at? What does this guy look like?
What does Brent Carter look like?
Brent Carter, he's 6 foot. He's got a he's got slick back hair. His beard's he's got like a thick like black beard sort of growing out a little bit.
Yep.
Not like lumberjack size, but like a few millimeters out. He's got a pair of aviators on, and looks with like a half cape. He looks surprisingly modern, despite being in the fantasy world for so long.
Right. I'd see you see as he opens the door, you see maybe a bit of selenite stuck in his beard. A bit of selenite dust stuck in his beard as he's wiping it off. What do you say?
Sorry, we might have seen the wrong guy. We'll take a quick look around. Sorry, we'll be right back if
What does that piece of paper say?
Piece of paper? What piece of paper?
The one you're holding in your hands right now?
As I tear it up. What? Which one?
Yeah, there must be some kind of mistake. We're looking for a, what was it? I believe it was a Brent Carter.
Well, you're looking at him, all right?
Just gonna look him up and down.
Oh.
Do you know him?
Do I know him? I am him. Now, what the fuck do you guys want?
Wait, sorry to be rude, but what did it say? Like the beginning? What?
You're retrieve him.
Retrieve.
Yep.
Retrieve.
And then do what with him? We're just retrieving him?
You're retrieving him.
What the? Okay.
We're here to retrieve you. You're coming with us.
Is that a threat?
No, you
No.
would know this as a calling. That you're going to make it to a war room. When you're retrieved.
I see. You're with the humans, right?
Correct.
I sure hope so.
Good. We must move at once.
Indeed.
Try not to stumble on your way out. I know she had a little bit of sunlight dust on you there.
Oh, some good fucking selenite.
Just keep that garbage away from me.
I sure hope you're not our commander.
What are you gonna do? Stand around? Let's get it moving.
Now, as you move it to the Kayn, I'm going to switch to you. You're waiting within the war room. Now, you're with somebody else. He goes by the name of Lorenzini. Lorenzini Garcia. Now, he's called one of the guys to retrieve other. Now, you're not a general, but you're pretty high in the ranks. But you're speaking with a general, and you're going to be retrieving humanities, one of the humanities' other generals. Now, he stands there with you, map unfurled and kind of in a dimly lit room upon one of the higher towers. Now, would you have just walked in, or how would you walk in?
Nah, just casually.
Hello. It must be Magnus, correct?
Yes, correct.
I can tell from the veteran. You did not have much fun on the field, did you?
That was a grum day.
I see. We are waiting on they call him, what was his name? The Selenite soldier? We are waiting on his arrival. He is coming with a team of scouts. Yes, you've heard story of him.
No.
They say he was the one to take back Sunnydale. But much more is unknown than that. He's risen to the ranks not for his intellect, but for his prowess on the field. Or so you've heard. Obviously, rumors are just rumors. And you hear his footsteps creeping up the stairs. I would say you'd stand there doing minor small talk. But you hear him marching his way loudly up the stairs. And you hear Lorenzini, that must be him.
Just while on the way there, I want to backtrack a little bit to just some small talk.
Of course.
I imagine I would have said to you guys, what happened? You look pretty beat up.
Nothing happened. We just came and yep.
Really? Well, you tripped on the steps on your way up?
That's a lot of talk for someone who was just sitting in their room all day snorting that junk.
Hey, I was on my rest day. I'm working hard all week.
Well,
Something you guys can learn how to do.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said.
You sure like to talk, don't you?
You're damn right. Hasn't been anyone in this town for a long time.
I say under my breath, fucking loser.
Now, I've forgotten the word, but what is it? For one of the leaders of like a platoon, what are they called? It's not a general, but
Commanders?
commanders.
oh
is
no,
that-
that's
is that what they're called?
probably higher.
Reynolds? No.
What's I know there's
Platoon
ones that are
leader?
actually on the field when they fight.
Platoon leader?
What are they called?
Corporals?
No, not a corporal.
I think
Sergeants?
we're just getting it
No,
all
sergeants
sorted
lead a
out.
squad.
Yeah, sergeants
I
maybe.
don't know exactly what you're
I use
asking.
the term sergeant because there's people actually that fight with you, right? That
Alright.
lead.
Sergeants
Like-
lead squads,
Yeah, squads.
and squads are in a battalion. On a platoon, I mean.
Yeah,
So, yeah, just platoon leader.
yeah, I'd say. It's,
Yeah, they're normally not called by their rank. They're called by like something else. Like
Yeah, but I'm
We'll,
asking.
we'll just call them
They're called by
sergeants.
their
IC
role,
or something.
Yeah, I'll just call them sergeants for the lack of knowledge, but I'll say it's a sergeant.
Yeah.
or a
not
commander
correct.
kind of makes sense.
Nah, I feel like commander.
Army's
It's
different
probably
than
higher,
Air
like
Force.
commanders are
so-
like
Yeah,
battalion.
I'll just use in this term as the leader of a platoon. I'll use a general. No,
Platoon
not a
commander.
general. A sergeant.
Normally it's like a
Platoon
section
commander.
commander. That's what I
Sergeants are for
think.
squads.
Section commander, I think.
Section commander. I'll just use term general just for.
General. Yeah,
General.
general sounds right.
No, sergeant. I mean, sorry, sergeant. I'll make general the rank above that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
general's normally a higher rank. Yeah.
Right. Oh,
Than officer rank.
now, as you enter, what do you say as you enter this room immediately?
Yeah. What time of day is it?
I would just be coming kind of to the break of dawn.
Morning, lads. Tough morning we see. As I look at Kane's beaten up armor.
He's not in beat.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Oh. I just say, been a bit of a rough morning, hasn't it?
Yes, for some of us. Now, you do recognize Kane's figure as you walk in from his metal arm? He was one of the first kind of, like I said, like I was asking before, sergeants to lead a few teams against the quartet. So he's been fighting them for quite a while.
Sergeant. As I go to take a seat at one of the heads of the table and I just kick my legs up.
We are missing quite a few of the other war commanders or the generals.
I can tell.
So I have come in to fill the spot. Well, welcome. You must be the scouts team that I asked for. I thought they were more of you.
Yeah, you know how it is with taking quite the loss. I mean, obviously, because general seems like quite the promotion from lieutenant. Seems like things are going a little sideways around here.
Well, we do not have the supplies and resources that we require. We are losing men faster than we can gain.
Indeed.
Currently, this is one of the most dangerous places to be in the human continent.
So perhaps that implies we may be getting a promotion.
If you come out with your life, maybe. But it's very hard to go from grant to grant. I am sorry, there's nothing I can do for you. I would not be able to promote you myself. Merely give you an honor, a handshake. We don't have much to give.
I think I might be good. I'm good, thanks.
It's tough times.
So, some light soldier's gonna say, alright then, General, what's the game plan here?
Well, you see kind of with a telepathic-like ability, he lifts up his knife from kind of, would you be carrying a knife?
Yeah, I'd have one of my
He
holsters.
lifts the knife from your kind of satchel or your
Holster.
Yeah, holster. No, sheath. He kind of lifts it out, and you watch as he knocks it on the table,
Clever.
and he goes, currently underneath us is one of the kings of humanity. You must know the various kings of humanity sits below us in the throne room currently. He is to be going to a nearby castle that we lost. Now, this castle is currently controlled by between humans and quartet. We have made a bargain to meet there. You are to get him there safely and, overwatch the conversation. If we do have a few men there, and they are currently on standby as they are waiting with the quartet, it also has members there as well. They will be sending their talker, apparently. I do not know much about him. I have heard that you have met him on the field. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
The negotiator?
Yup.
He...
So, just to clarify, is this a diplomatic or a stealth mission?
Well, we want to get the king there safely. Then it becomes a diplomatic talking. At least that's what we hope.
So we'll be on standby? I thought these old quartet soldiers weren't much talkers.
Well, they are not. At least the ones that we see. There are ones that are better at communication, but they will never leave the high towers.
You better swear on Galahad's name that the king will be safe.
Well, that's what you are here for. I personally must return to Setzoff, though you will be protecting the king.
Just as a question to you, DM,
Yes.
are we at the point of the war where people are starting to sign peace treaties? Or are we still in
you're at the
thick
point
of
of the war where humanity is desperate enough to be attempting to sign peace treaties.
Yeah. Has anyone signed off yet, like in other continents, or do we have no word?
Absolutely none.
Alright.
Just another question to add on to that. Why the fuck is there a king here?
Why is there a
But
king?
we're in the
Well,
first again.
in the human continent, multiple kingdoms had their kings. Now, these kings kind of came together and kind of rule over the human continent in a way. The entirety of it. Instead of their own separate territory and land, they kind of rule it from one main hit point. If that makes any sense.
So there's multiple kings.
There's
like-
multiple kings.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, there's a council of kings.
Okay.
They also work with more, how do I say it, kind of like presidents and prime ministers almost from
Oh yeah, prime. So they're all
the
like
modern
working
world.
together.
They kind of work as one main head at
Ah, okay.
Citroth. The
So
heart
they're
of the
not
human
like
continent.
fighting each other.
Yep.
So wait, is there human fantasies and like fantasy humans and modern humans working together?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's kings with presidents
Mm.
and kings with prime ministers, kind of.
So there were humans in this world that joined with us.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes. I am one. What kind of?
Wait, so this guy doesn't have any other escort of his own. The king, right? We're the only
We're the
ones
escort.
that.
Yeah, no,
You
it
can
just
call up.
seems surprising to me.
We
because,
sure
like,
manned.
Well, they're all kind of
They're all
dead.
they're all dead.
No, because like
But you,
we were able to evacuate some of the normal residents,
Mm.
but we didn't evacuate the king at the same time.
It'd be kind of
No,
like
he's come here.
Oh, he came.
Yeah, he came here from Citroth to do this meeting with
Well, so,
the negotiator.
Setroth couldn't spare a single squad of soldiers to
They have
escort
a
this
general
king.
war.
how did
Well,
you get
they
here?
have a general here.
The piece
What
of
the
shit
fuck is the
general.
general gonna
They have a general. They have a platoon leader. They just don't have that many men to resource because they all just died.
So they
What
sent
makes
officers,
a
They
different
sent
group
what
of
they
no
sent
soldiers?
what they
soldiers.
have. Well,
What'd you say?
Oh,
Makes
okay.
sense.
Simply, that's how it is.
Yeah, sure, so.
Also, if it goes in a fail, they do only lose 5 people
And a king.
and a king.
since they've already lost. Well,
You'd think you'd invest more in your king. But
unfortunately,
there's not much to invest.
unfortunately,
big up.
I mean,
then
it's one king out of many.
I mean, like, why the fuck isn't Garcia coming? Lorenzini and Garcia.
Because he's worth more than you are.
Yeah, but like he's definitely under the king, though, no?
Yes, he is, but he's worth more as a human.
So like, shouldn't he come with us?
I don't
He's
think you
under the
understand
king.
the point. He's here, and he's not meant to die. You're here, and your death means
Well,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's still under the king. Oh, yeah.
You see, you saying king? He's under a govern of kings. He's with a team of kings.
It's like a council of kings.
Yes.
So I'm gonna ask Lorenzini, so which king do we have the honor of escorting today?
The one that rules this land, the king of Silverstoak.
Do we have a name?
A name?
Yeah,
What was his name?
But,
Lor- oh, sorry. What did you say?
I still get a little bit mixed up with the kings every now and again. There's quite a few of them, you see.
What was your name? Darian, wouldn't you know the king? After all, you have been here before, haven't you?
Sorry, but I've only really I haven't been up to the point where I've gotten into speaking. Yeah, I've never spoken to the king before.
What kind of subject knows nothing of their own king?
We
Unless you're
only-
only visiting.
We only accept who our king is, and we go by his rules. We don't care who the king is.
If you say so.
What are you talking about?
Well, I don't. I'm sorry.
Right. He goes by the name of Valor Aberdeen. And that's how you know as.
What? How do you spell that?
Just spell it how you would. Isn't there a duck for?
Yeah, I've written it down. All right, Mr. Aberdeen is downstairs.
Correct.
Well, might as well get to it.
I
When's
must tell you, it is not going to be easy.
When has it ever been easy? I say, like, kind of like leaning back, give myself a little stretch as I.
I do not think you understand. The man that you are talking to, he does not want to sign a peace treaty. You must understand, the rest of the quartet are fine signing the peace treaty. He does not want to, and they are too valuable to send down to the field. So they will never be able to get anything done, since we are only talking to the killer of our people.
So we have to try and convince this king to sign a peace treaty
Or we can kill him.
with a warmongering nation of talking crystals.
It is only him you are trying to convince.
The, as you said, warmongering crystals are perfectly fine with signing the peace treaty. It's just that, snot-nosed king. It's a little...
Only one man here
Not
has
great.
ever seen him. They even got the chance to fight him. I would not get near him personally.
Are we talking about our own king here?
Not him.
Oh. All right. Well, I mean, we've done more with less. I'm sure we can figure this out.
Right. Kayn, you know him as the name by... He goes by someone called Obsidian Prime.
Oh,
That's what he's called. Obsidian Prime. If he is a real name, you don't know it, but that's it.
Wait, so is this the quartet?
Yep.
I am. Is this one of the what is it? The iron things? Iron hearts?
They have 4 kind of dictators of the quartet. He's one of them, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Obsidian Prime. Yeah.
Now that's... You don't know if that's his name or the human nickname they give to him. But that's what he's called by.
All right, lads. What are you waiting for? Let's get down there. You got your gear?
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Now, as each one of you leaves the area, you watch as he kind of waits at the door. Sorry, waits at the door, kind of has his hand out, and he says, "Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service." And
My
he kind of
pleasure.
wholeheartedly thanks each and every one of you.
I just, as I walk past, like, not a problem. With like almost like a shit-eating grin on my face.
Now, you've talked with this man quite a few times. He's never usually this shook up. He's quite tactful with his words, but you've never seen him this kind of shaken. Since you can kind of read in a little bit of what he's kind of from your judgment. No, your judgment's pretty bad, I think, but from your judgment, right? Let's say, you can kind of tell he's a bit shaken from this, since he does, in his mind, how it plays out is he will never sign a peace treaty, so getting them to meet to sign a peace treaty is just death. And you think he personally has held back sending anyone other than you here, to this mission, because he personally thinks you will die.
Thanks.
So it's a death trap.
And that's what you get out of it. That's what you learn from him. Since you've communicated with him there, he was there planning the attack with you for the retaking over of Sunnydale. He was there for you with that.
Yeah.
And you remember a very different kind of confident planner who knew what was happening on the field.
Balls of steel.
Well, he doesn't usually act like this, is what you know.
Yeah. So with this knowledge, I'm gonna walk down the stairs towards the main like throne room, and I just open up the doors. What do I see?
You see a older gentleman with a large crown and a robe kind of coming down. He sits in this large throne. It's quite, exactly what you imagine kind of throne,
Yeah.
with the long carpet and the... Yep.
I call out and go, Mr. Aberdeen.
You have arrived. And he kind of gets up from his chair. He's a very old man. No. And he looks like he's ready to... He was going to be kicking the bucket in a few... He was already going to be kicking the bucket in a few years, and that's why you imagine us sending him. He's a very older member of the council.
Oh, you ready to go? We're about to leave in 5.
Yes, I'm getting there. And he kind of hobbles down the stairs. Now, would you small talk him up?
No, actually, I'm gonna say, I need to use the bathroom. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Right.
As I kind of pull out a little selenite crystal from my pocket
Yeah.
and go to the
my
bathroom,
goodness.
Right.
leaving these 4 here to
So
talk with the king.
you guide him down the way. Now, you hear him goes, yes, this peace treaty I do hope will go well. Now he's going into with maybe lesser knowledge than what you have of the enemy. Since obviously kings won't really see the action as much as the generals, nay, even the soldiers on the field. But he goes and, yes, this peace treaty, I hope it does go good. Getting the quartet off our back will help with defense and all. Fingers crossed.
My liege, if I may ask, what exactly are the terms of this peace treaty? White peace, perhaps?
Well, it's simply it's to let them know that the men that was invading our space were simply there without choice. They can't seem to understand that, and that if we both stopped, we would no longer have to harm one another. They can't seem to get it through our heads that we did not mean to do what happened or injure our people. I just hope they can understand.
Right, my liege. Well, I too do hope for the successful outcome of this peace treaty.
And you see, kind of he hobbles into the cart and gets into it.
I'd say about this point, I come back working the sunlight crystals off my bed. Ooh. All right, is the king in the carriage?
What do you think?
Oh, I'd say we have no time to waste.
Really?
Yeah. All right. Can I get your names real quick, just for the record? Start with you.
I'm Timothy.
Timothy. You?
I wasn't so sure some stuck-up general was so concerned with the names of these so-called lazy soldiers. You know, not really working so hard.
Well, as my granddaddy used to say, you always needed... You need good communication in a team, or else we're all fucking dead.
Well, it's Cassius Claymore, sir. Pleasure to be working with you.
The pleasure's all yours. You?
I'm Darian. I'm Darian.
Darian. You used to know someone called Darian back in the human world.
Not
It's
me.
been a long time since I've seen him. Yeah, and you there? Oh, of course I know you, Sergeant Marik.
Right. Now, would you get in the carriage with the king?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And the rest of you would have to walk.
Okay, yeah.
I just make
Now,
I just
when
make
you
a
get
quick
in,
comment.
you see the king is there with the queen of Silverstoak.
I see you taking the missus along for this little vacation.
Yes, so I was told it would be in my interest.
Told by who?
Other members of the council.
Would I have any judgment call to see if this is like a good idea, like intuition? Is this like feels like a good idea or something really, really dumb?
You don't really know what the play is there, but it's more or less those guys upstairs just,
Don't really know what they're talking
Yeah.
about.
don't really know what they're talking about. The higher ups don't really know what's happening.
Well, I should warn you, how much do you know about the quartet?
I've been told quite aggressive on this front, but other than that, not much more. My knowledge is quite empty.
You wouldn't happen to have a copy of the treaty around?
Yes, right here. And just a basic kind of peace treaty kind of thing.
I give it a quick skim for any clauses that, obviously very lazily, because I'm
Yeah.
I'm a little bit high as a kite right now.
It's kind of just the basic layout of, this,
Yeah.
this, that.
They'll stop attacking humans or go to their own land. Alright, yep. Alright, well, we should be ready to move off soon.
Right. You go. Now, the carriage starts moving forward. You can hear the wheels turning. Now you're going out the back exit. There's like this two gates, of course. You're going out the back exit. There's a carriage. Who would take the reins on the carriage?
Rain.
Yep, like on 2 horses.
Cassius, of course, he's got a very fragile back. He's quite old.
Now,
Experience.
Kayn, probably you as well, D-Man. As you're nearing the gate, you can hear what the sounds of a loud, pumping engine. It sounds like you would have only heard it when you're in the human world. You would have only heard it from this one sound. You would have known it as like the sound of either a V6 or a V8 engine revving itself up, is what you hear.
I used to have those in one of my cruisers. I haven't heard of that bad boy in a long time.
But you know this is the human continent's sole express messenger. And you know he's not in a vehicle. That is his heart pumping as he runs.
What the?
You've already
Yeah.
seen him multiple times. You may have seen him once or twice.
But what is it, just for context? Is it like
Sorry.
a mechanized being with an engine for a heart?
No,
It's just his heart.
it's just his heart.
How?
It just sounds like that's just the sound it makes.
Oh.
when he's running, of course.
Yeah.
Now, you can kind of hear him stop, kind of midway. He looks like a normal guy. You don't know how he does it, because he kind of stops around corners. And you can kind of see him like kind of come around from the side, maybe of a tree or something. He's the only way you'd know he was there because of the sound. Other than that, you don't know how it works either. Only a few select few. You do know that Lorenzini does though, but only a select few actually know how he does it.
Do we have the name of this messenger?
No, you don't know. You don't have a name, and he doesn't have a name. He doesn't say his name to you, more or less. He comes with a note, and he disappears as quickly as he comes.
Do I assume I take the message and open it up and give it a read?
Now, he delivers it to you.
No.
Right. You see him take off these goggles. Oh, Silverstoak. You guys are in for it. God.
Tell me something we don't know.
Not a lot of you.
That's something we still know. Don't worry.
Where'd you come from?
I've seen a lot of stuff. Citroth.
Citroth, quite the run.
Well, it is. But, you know, I've devised a plan by now. But it's been a long time since I've had to run here.
Yeah.
Well, not after. Looking like that didn't go too well.
It is so and so. You know how it is.
I have a new selenite crystal for your arm.
No, thank you.
And your crystals are me.
Oh. Wait, did he top it up or did he just...
yeah, it's just like a little satchel of selenite crystals.
Oh, thank you. I was running low. You got
this thing's quick. Now you have one that's the kind of like modularized for your arm.
Yeah.
You have ones that are ready for
smashing in.
crushing and snorting.
Well, you know how it is. Ever since, you know, I like give a gesture up to the to the castle.
Yep.
You
Just
got-
as fast as he comes, he goes.
He doesn't have like a message on paper, or?
He did.
Oh, okay. Yep. So I'll open up, give it a read.
You can open it, give it a read. Now, you're in the carriage, right?
Yeah.
So assuming you just grabbed out from the window.
Yeah.
You're in the carriage. Are you opening it right there, or are you kind of hiding it?
I'm gonna hide it away from the king a little bit. Just quickly scout it out before I send it to the king.
What
Right.
does the carriage look like? Is it just your normal wagon type thing, or is it something
Yeah, it's
else?
just like a normal one. Now, in this letter, it kind of details, and I won't read like how it is word for it, but it kind of details that if things were to find themselves going south, you have the permission to leave and let the king die at the old ruins of the kingdom you're going to be moving to.
Yep.
So you've got permission for you and your team, if it's kind of like an optional, to evacuate the area if things do find themselves going south.
Right. I'm just gonna say, sorry, Mr. Aberdeen. Got to talk to the sergeant about this.
Now, you've also inquired why his wife is there with him, so he can die with his wife.
That's dark, bro.
Wait, what?
So in the carriage is D-Man, King, and the wife, and that's it.
Yeah. And so, if the king can die with his wife. So, where were you walking around?
Huh? I'm on the outside. Or...
So I'm gonna I'm assuming the carriage is moving right now, right? I'm just gonna hop out of the moving carriage and walk around to you. You might want to take a look at this.
I take the letter.
Details
And then-
exactly as I told him.
Only when it comes to a general.
Of course. Can't have my reputation going down the drain.
No minor.
Wait, so we don't know. Us three don't know.
Yeah. Do we tell the others?
Were they near me or?
Not really.
Mm.
Because
I mean, I'm on the
front,
reins,
he's on
yeah.
the reins. He's probably on the other side doing the.
I'll tell the.
left looks.
I guess we'll tell the other two that's there. He'll just be the one in the dark. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I'm on the right. You're on the left.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll go talk to old Timothy.
and I'll talk to that guy.
Okay.
I'll start. I'll go. Timothy, right?
Yes.
Got a little something.
Really?
It's crucial. You don't tell the king. And I hand him the letter.
Let me see.
They've set him up from the start.
Well, why am I not surprised?
Of course not. The guy's a tosser.
Excuse me?
Come on. You see him. He's blood hungry himself. Or stubborn.
I don't know what he is. He's just a man.
Yeah. Being a man can only take you so far.
Sure. You'll take your letter.
And then, because I don't have the letter, I'll just describe what it said to her more.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That-
obviously the part don't tell the king, no?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'll say.
No.
Okay.
Now, Demon, as you return to the carriage. Were you saying that?
No.
As you return to the carriage, you kind of see him go. Everything okay, General?
Yes. It was just some last-minute military protocol instructions.
I see.
Look, it's not important. Just it's a bit of worst-case scenario prepping.
Can you roll deception for me, please?
What is it to deceive? I'm saying nothing but truth.
True.
Then he'll be doing a kind of judgment check on you.
You should have just burnt it. You fuck.
I threw it out.
Oh okay.
I would have tossed it out
Right,
into the...
yep.
He's saying half truths. You know? They're not lying.
Well, that's not bad though.
No, that's pretty bad. That is...
Unless you have a minus. then
That's good, it's not whopping.
That is an 8.
You see, he goes, that's reassuring, General.
Yeah.
I was worried. I was slightly left in the dark for this mission of sorts.
Well, let me inform you on this journey. I say it's almost like a gesture of goodwill.
Now,
And I'll just start to say, like, while on the ride, about the quartet, War Hungry, and how it is vitally crucial that we sign this treaty.
now, you've actually not gotten the chance to battle with the quartet yet. So you're actually pretty not
Done.
knowing there yourself.
Mm.
Now, the three of you did minor kind of scouting checks. You didn't find out much, but it was more... They kind of look like they're preparing for a siege. It's kind of what you gained up the intel on. And on the same night that you were returning that note to Silverstoak, you were ambushed. Right. Now, you can see, I would say you're getting closer to the kingdom you're meant to be going to. Now, this was once kind of a quite nice place. It was mainly held for just the nice. It was like a vacation kingdom for Silverstoak in terms of way. But it was once something else. Your history's not too good. Maybe yours would be better. It was once a older kingdom's kingdom, but Silverstoak invaded and took over it, giving them the same that same portion of land. Right. This is even closer to the edging, to the edge of the quartet. And when you're rolling up to it, it doesn't look like there's much. There's not too much going on at it. You do know there's a few humans kind of going to be awaiting you there. But who would have the best? You? Both the sergeant and the general. Now, you both have a kind of spine chill down your neck, as you can see the gleam of a light of what looks to be some sort of ranged sniper. As you're entering the kind of kingdom's area,
Wait, pointed at us or pointed
Well,
at...
you imagine it's monitoring you as you enter.
And is it a quartet soldier holding it?
You can't see that far down, but you can see the flash, the slight gleam.
Ooh. It's like a video game.
I'll whisper to the closest person near me. Stay alert. Don't be too jittery.
No rational...
Being watched.
Yeah, I lean out and go to your side. No rational movements.
That's not suspicious at all whatsoever.
Roger, Sergeant.
Arthur's Taylor.
What?
Yeah. I'll tell you it's like a little slit where, because I'm sitting on, like, just, so it'd be like, wall, Tyson's on one side, ruin the reins, I'm on the opposite side of the wall, so I can just slide down a little thing and be like, yeah.
Now, you can see kind of the kingdom's in the middle, and kind of on this side of the walls, and on that side of the walls, both have kind of just, it's like two halves. One's half has quartet members, one has human soldiers. Both kind of just waiting and sitting, with no orders from the higher-ups. You're going to be going straight down the middle of that. And you can see the buildings crumbled, various different kind of, statues broken, graffiti, maybe here or there. But it looks like it's been quite torn up. But you know that eerie silence that you can kind of see in some war movies, I don't know, where you're going through the city and there's like snipers just sitting and gunsmen just waiting in buildings, and you can only hear cracks and falls. It's eerily silent, but you do know there's a lot of soldiers waiting here. Maybe you can even spot some of your own.
Yeah, just gonna make a quick remark, like, all of these soldiers, and they could spare only us to escort this guy here. Oh my, how the command structure has fallen.
And I'm gonna say a little something to the king. All right, my king. I will just need to remind you, civility is key here. We do not want to anger these men, and if so, we shall bite our tongue.
But this, surely they would come in to sign the treaty, correct? There should be no talking needed then, I assume. It's only laying down the conditions and he signs, correct?
The conditions have already been laid down. It should just be as simple as go down, sign, and we leave.
That's good. It's quite empty here too. Doesn't seem like there's too many backup for them.
But I cannot stress this enough. We're out of men. We're out of artillery. There's not much left to fight.
Now, as you make it up to the kingdom gates, now the actual like castle, I would want to say, and you kind of go through. Would you do the meeting in the throne room?
I'd say so.
Now, as you kind of go up there, this area is a bit more. It's not as destroyed as the town below. The town below is absolutely kind of in pieces, but up here it gets a bit better. It looks a bit nicer. It's still kind of holding some of its structure, and you see a few human soldiers kind of awaiting near the gates. And kind of you all exit the carriage kind of at this, I would say, it's this cobbled path with a pond kind of waterfall in the, what are they called? Goodness me.
Water fountain?
Yeah, like a water fountain in the middle of it, pouring maybe just this disgusting kind of blood murked water out of it.
I help down the king and queen off of the seat.
Now, they kind of walk in, and now you're just going to be waiting on this member of the quartet. Now, would anybody discuss with the human soldiers there?
Yeah, well,
Sergeant, I didn't know you were going to be coming this way. The situation's not looking good here. We've been holding them down the station, but I can tell they're getting slippy on their triggers.
yeah, we're losing people day by day.
It's not good.
No good signs.
We have reason to believe that I think they can bring more men than we can. Apparently, I haven't got much call, but we're meant to be receiving units days pass. We've got nothing. It's just us out here. We're meant to be getting supplies. What's the hold up? What's happening?
I have a feeling that we may have been ambushed in a few areas.
ambushed. Last time I was at Silverstoak, we had a battalion there.
And I think they can grow battalions. I don't know too much about their soldiers, but they are much different than humans.
I'll tell you one goddamn thing. It's like fucking bulletproof. They don't seem to die. Their armor, no, their skin itself, just... I don't know what it is.
Would I be overhearing this?
Would you be?
I'd assume so. I mean, we're all pretty close standing at the door, right?
Yep.
Well, how else do you kill a rock?
Well, it's the same reason they call you the Sunlight Soldier General.
You're goddamn right.
That skin is... It's no joke. It's like hitting pure steel. The bullets do nothing. I don't know if we could even use them. I'm sorry for the harshness, but we're dying out here.
I understand, soldier.
We're cooking up rats, goddammit. We can't take this. And one of us tried evacuating the other day. Shot down like a pig in the stalls. We can't even leave the goddamn area. We're held up here.
So, who's taking command of your regiment?
That would be me.
You piece of shit.
So you're telling me this is your fault?
My fault? You think I wanted to be here?
Well, who sent you here then?
The fucking... Sorry. The general's sent me here.
You're not telling me him, as I gesture towards Dylan. He's in charge here.
One of the other war commanders would have sent him here. You know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, how much you are a general in rank, you do not really attend these meetings unless they actually directly involve you.
Because I'm a bit of a lazy sort.
And you don't really do the people moving and the intellect play.
Yeah.
You more do the, let's just do this, let's get into the fight and let's get moving kind of play.
Please, you think I want to be sloughed up at one of those meetings? God, they're so boring.
How much do I know Lorenzini?
You know him pretty, he's quite well, he's renowned for being a human general.
Well, I'd
And
like to
most
think...
of his plays are usually quite successful.
I go talk to a soldier. I'd say Lorenzini had his reason of sending you here.
Lorenzini was down on the demons. He was protecting that line. He's only now been assigned to the quartet when we're all fucking dead.
Well, yeah, I'd say we all have to make some drastic moves, and we're on the downhill slope. It's an uphill battle. Yeah, it's an uphill battle on my own.
Have a little faith. If things get hairy, we'll get you out of here in no time.
Get us out of here. What are you talking about?
I do not stand by this man's words.
Sadly,
You think
this may be...
they're going to sign this peace treaty? Have you seen these guys?
I've heard the stories.
Why they haven't just marched over here and killed us, I don't know. I just want to go home, man.
And we'll get you home.
Can you roll a deception for me, please?
That is a 12. I've been rolling poorly this morning.
D-Man, here he goes. Yeah. Good luck, General.
I don't need luck.
And he kind of go. Would anybody say anything else to him before he goes back into kind of like tucked and?
Nah.
Now he was one of the grunts that was kind of forced into, like a lieutenant that was forced into having to lead the people here, and they're kind of already blaming him for, you know, the lack of supplies, lack of men, everything. They're already on his back, and you guys come here and yeah.
Harassed.
Wow.
Oh, I think it was mainly that guy.
Right.
Oh, I was asking questions. So,
Questions
So-
that he's been asked for years.
Sir, it seems you've been dealt a very bad hand here. The morale is extremely low, I can see, and men are low in numbers. I don't know if you see it, but the way I see it, this mission was never meant to be successful.
What? You tell me.
We were sent here to die.
What?
I do not agree with my commander, but I'm just doing my job. And I hope
Die?
I hope I'm wrong.
Can I just interject? Don't you think that they already know that? They've been sitting here for ages.
I figured they would.
Well, General told me we'll be making it out of this one. All safe and sound.
I would not trust that general.
Yeah,
He's a piece of shit.
likewise.
There's a reason he has his nickname,
Sunlight Soldier.
and it's not a good reason.
What are you talking about?
You'll see with time. If you make it that far.
And I kind of talking behind your back. Of course.
Mm.
Kind of like whispering as you maybe turn around.
Yeah. I'm guessing I put my focus on the.
Yeah, you put
As I
your
put my
focus
focus on the king.
Yeah, and lead him up to the castle throne and all this other. Would we tell me one thing? Do they have any plans of sending anything here, other than just you guys? Obviously, the general. I'm not saying that you're worth nothing, but we would like more.
Let's just say
Anything.
they sent 5 people to escort the king. If they were planning on sending supplies, I think that number would be a lot higher.
Right. And our commands? We haven't received news for anything. Well, our commands are to what?
To
Invade? Defend?
attempt to sign this peace treaty
What?
and pray they accept it.
And
For
what's
if
the
they do
cause of
not,
that?
let's just say, you better be religious. No.
I like that one.
He watches, he kind of turns around, walks away, and kind of goes to like a group of men held up around the side. And before we get deeper into this, we're going to be going for a quick CTG break.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, let's do this. We'll be back shortly. Hey there, I'm Curtis, and you're watching the very first episode of CTG. Wow. I don't know how you survived it this far through the video. I barely survived it up there on the table, but thank you so much for giving us your time and watching this mess we call a campaign. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we are back. Yep. Okay, yeah, we are back. Wait. Someone talk?
Hello.
Yeah. And we're back. Alright. So, let's get this thing started. Oh, goodness me. Right. So, let's go a little bit into the future by a few seconds. You positioned yourself up. The hell was that? Anyways, you positioned yourselves. Let's say we go into slightly into the future where the king is sitting on the throne, the queen is next to him. Where would you be standing in this kind of elongated throne room?
There isn't like a. I'd probably be standing like off to the side of the throne.
Yeah.
Maybe just down off the pedestal.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the left. Taylor, where would you be standing?
Wait, just a question. Do they have any of their members on the other side? Like, because you don't want to overwhelm them with people, because it could look like a threat.
They haven't even arrived yet.
Oh shit! Okay.
Could I get a description of the inside?
So, at the very far end sits the throne. Next to it is the 2 other smaller thrones, obviously, to show less power. That would be the one for the queen, and next to that would either be the prince or princess. Now, running down a few kind of stairs from that little throne kind of stage is this just large kind of runway with a once beautiful red carpet rolled down it. Now, each side of these has, on each side about on this runway, there's about 4 columns kind of just positioned each down, each with a banner between them. And luckily for you, there's probably like a little kind of viewing area on the top kind of segment, on top of those columns.
Do the banners like sag to the ground, or are they like up in this?
There's only about one banner that's still fully high. The rest are kind of ripped off or on the ground due to no maintenance. There's obviously like crumbles of floor. There was once a beautiful stained glass image behind with the king's throne. Now, most of it destroyed.
And so Brent was going where? Again?
Brent is right next to the throne, kind of, or
Yeah.
just down a few steps.
Down a few steps.
Yeah.
Prince's chair.
Sitting on the prince's chair.
This piece of shit, man.
Imagine that.
Perfect seat for him. Yeah, I'll probably be like just down. Is this like got a stage? Is there like like room to the left and right?
Yeah, there's room to the left and right. There's 2 doors there, kind of where he would come in or leave. Or
And where's is the king with us?
the king is sitting on his throne.
Raj. I'll just be off to like just below the stage.
Just below the
To
stage.
the
kind of
like
round.
right of the king.
Oh, so almost exactly where.
Oh, is that what
Yeah,
you meant?
Yeah, he's kind of in the
I'll
same
go
kind of
to
area.
the. Okay, yeah, I'll stay there.
Are we allowed to choose where the king sits?
Well, there's only one.
He sits in the throne.
Yeah, but like I feel like it would be quite rude for when we're trying to make a peace treaty.
Sure.
That he sits on someone else's throne.
It's his turn, isn't it?
Excuse me?
Okay, my bad, my bad. I'm just
Okay.
saying.
No, I get what he's saying, but I think it is his turn. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? I thought we
Somehow.
went
But
somewhere else to do this treaty.
Oh,
You're not in Silverstoak. No, this is not his actual throne, but this is
Oh,
one of his
within-
kingdoms.
Okay, right.
Because a long time ago, his lineage invaded this kingdom
Yeah,
and
right.
made it Silverstoke.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
What?
Okay, never mind. Never
This
mind.
is what they do back then.
Yeah, that's what they
Oh,
did.
okay.
They were weaker.
I've
easy to
never-
take over.
Just a jig. While these guys are all taking their place, I'm gonna walk up to the king and just remind him. Remember, Mr. Aberdeen,
Mister.
violence is not an option. Peace is the only way out of this.
It's the
For you, for me, for everyone, every man that's all here.
He sees a bit shaken up. Yes. I've got it down, of course.
Just be civil, and I can assure you, everything will be all right.
Thank you, General. He's got a little bit of a shake to him. Tyson, where is Cassius standing?
Are there any exits around here aside from
Wow.
the main entry? To
Wow.
No,
Shows
I
a
need
lot
to
about
ensure no one
Cassius.
else gets into the throne room. We don't want people sneaking around.
There's the main door, and then there's these 2 side doors next to the kind of stage where the throne room is.
But that's still in the same room though. If you go to those side exits,
Yeah, they
you
all
still.
lead to the same room.
No, they lead to other rooms outside of the castle.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
But they do also lead to the stairs going up to the main viewing points.
Oh, okay.
Where you would imagine the noble would stand and watch whatever charades would be but done by jesters in the showing of the castle.
I'll be.
I'll just take guard at the beside the main door, in the inside of the room.
Oh, so kind of like next to the castle?
Yeah, like
I mean,
imagine,
next to the throne?
imagine that's the door and I'm standing.
Oh,
standing
okay.
right there.
Yeah, so not the main, like, proper.
Yeah.
Okay. Cat?
I'll be on the other side.
I'm gonna be like a soul's enemy and be sitting at next to the main door, leaning
Next-
on the wall next to the main door.
Outside.
Oh, is that outside? Yes, I still will.
Because the door's open.
but
inwards,
doors.
The door's closed.
Yeah, but if it opens.
right? Yeah, but when it does it? Are
It's
they
going
open
to
towards the
open,
outside
right?
or towards
Or-
the inside of the room?
It goes towards the inside.
Yeah, so they're just gonna fucking open
No,
the door.
he's saying
slash
So
he's
you can
space.
towards
hide
the
there.
outside of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're just on the door.
Um,
they can't open it. Like hello.
I'd also Where is this guest of ours going to be seated?
He's going to be walking right through. He's seated. He's not sitting anywhere.
Is he not? Okay.
No.
I kind of agree with Kat, but
What?
we're not very cordial.
Yeah, we're not very cordial.
Cordial, yeah.
You know, I feel
For
like
a peace treaty.
We're kind of like intimidating them as well.
yeah, like they're walking on this carpet towards the throne that our king is sitting in. Like they're the ones begging them for peace. Seems like pretty counterintuitive.
Mm.
So,
Okay,
So
then
you'd rather have the leader of your people more.
no, this guy isn't the leader of our people. He's some backwash king who lost his kingdom. Alright, he's not the leader of anyone.
So you don't want him to be intimidated?
We want them to be on an equal playing field.
Yeah.
To show mutual respect.
I will tell you one thing right now.
The king's too stubborn.
No one's on a playing field with him.
He is worth multiple of your kings. This one man alone. He is worth multiple of your
Then why
kings.
the fuck did we bring no one else with us? Oh my god.
If we killed him,
Because he would kill multiple of those people. If you said the wrong things, correct?
Oh, you're talking about the other king.
Obsidian Prime.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about our king. I was like,
yeah,
what?
yeah, no,
What?
that's what I was
did you just
thinking.
say?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
But I do. Would you like to tell the king to get off the throne and kind of stand at the door waiting? Is that what you're?
Yeah, like, you know. Oh, is there any other room we could go to?
Is there any other room?
Like a dining?
He's
Isn't there like
standing
a
this
dining
with
hall?
a blade in his hand.
Surely there's a dining hall we can go to, like
A
a
dining hall.
or a church.
Nah, more so I'm thinking like he stands on the carpet, hand behind his back, proper.
Yeah.
At the other end of the carpet, so
So
when he
you don't
comes
want
in,
him
it's
sitting on the-
more eye to eye.
Right. So are you leaning on the door,
Yep.
and you'd like to tell the king to get off the throne?
No, I more so say, I'd advise you.
Hell. What's that?
You forgot to say, Mister. Mister, could you get off the throne, please?
Right, so,
Deserve
so is that what you're saying? Get off the throne.
Yeah, listen, I highly advise you. Listen, I would highly advise you stand down on the carpet. I understand this is your throne, and as much as it pains me to say, we want to be as equals here.
Of course. Yes, you're correct.
I'll be right behind you,
Gets
Mr.
off the
Aberdeen.
throne, and he scobbles down, and he stands there waiting with his hands behind his back.
Yeah, I'll kind of position so it's like him. I'd say the queen's behind him on one side. I'd move to be like on the other side.
Now,
His ex-husband.
naturally, I would
about
move forward.
10 minutes passes before you hear the sound of, actual action. Kayn, you see him. Now, as you're looking farther distance, you do remember him. Now, would you have any flashbacks of any kind when the moment you see him? Would anything come to mind?
Not that I know of.
Now, you see him first. Now, are you saying? Is there any signal? This is just what I want to ask.
Nah, yeah,
Is there like a knock on the door?
yeah.
Now, he's got two quite large soldiers with him, and you see this figure. He's got these kind of deep, kind of red eyes, kind of just there. They kind of go through this kind of big jaw thing he has on. It seems some sort of, and he's in very thick armor, and he's got these massive kind of gauntlets that run up his arm. And the closer he gets, the more you realize that you're looking at a man who is around maybe just slightly under 8 foot. And he kind of stomps in, and as he's kind of walking around the little pond, waterfall, he kind of looks at you. Do you say anything?
I'm gonna greet him. Hello, sir. The king is inside.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Now he looks at you for just a glimpse of a second, and he turns back and he kind of just pushes this door open, or he kicks it more open. Now you all see him. Now you're expecting him to come too. His two guards kind of following behind him. One keeps a bit of a close eye on you. Now, he walks down. He kind of looks around the room, sees, the group of you standing there, kind of walks down, and you see him. It looks like he notices something. And you hear him go, this is the only thing he kind of makes a sound of. He goes, as he walks down this long runway. And when he reaches about this close, maybe 10 feet from the king, would you say anything, or would there any be signals or anything before he begins his speech?
Would I have learnt any salutes for the quartet?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So I'll just stand there looking. Like,
Now, even if the king was on his throne, he would probably be at eye level with him. He looks down at the king. And when he gets running close, you hear the king go, you must be Obsidian Prime from the... And you will notice as he cuts him off, and he looks over to the queen, and he says, you look like a fuckable piece of meat.
If I casted,
Cast
wait, wait. If I casted the thing where I make him go prime, do you think he'll get mad at us? Or would he see it as a sign of, us not fucking around? Surely.
No,
You're welcome to try it.
we do not want to aggravate.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Alright, just throw it out there, just in case.
I'd say I have like a hand signal that I just tend to.
It'll be the
whistle
same thing
while I
as you
stop.
walking in front of the enemy.
And she goes, you cannot talk to my wife like that. And he kind of looks up at you, makes eye contact with you. General. You can hear him kind of whisper out of his breath. Now, this makes you immediately recollect that he knows of you and you haven't even been at the quartet. So that means somehow they have information on what is happening here. This man in particular. Now, the king goes, I apologize. We had to sign we're here to demand the terms of we're here to demand the terms of a treaty. As he looks up like that, you can tell the king is kind of trying to hold his composure, and he is slightly intimidated. And here you kind of, what are you saying?
I'm just gonna lean in his ear. Hold your tongue.
And you watch as he goes, so, are you ready to bend your backs? Just fuck you. That's what he kind of says in terms of that way. In that kind of way.
Is that what he actually says?
That's actually genuinely what he says.
Can I plummet this guy? Like, because the way it's going, right? He's not taking us seriously. He just wants to kill us.
Yeah.
So we need
Like,
to show that we're not
you
going
wanna
to take
plummet
this, Unless any other ideas, just let him walk all over our king during our peace negotiations.
I'm gonna say something. Listen, we've read through the clause. We accept we accept the terms of the treaty.
He doesn't even have the treaty.
Oh, he doesn't.
No, he's not even holding it.
Wait, so where's what? Do we have to have the treaty?
Are you going to hand it to him?
Yep.
Are you gonna
Here's
tell
the
the king
treaty. We believe the clauses are fair and reasonable. We're hoping you accept.
What do we get?
That's what I was saying before.
Can I get like a little refresher on what's actually on the treaty?
It's just saying both people stop fighting the bloodshed. Kind of.
It's just white peace,
Yeah,
basically.
it's white peace.
Is there any clause of getting humans out of the quartet territory?
Yeah, are we making any
They're
concessions?
dead. There's no humans in quartet territory. They're dead.
Damn.
Okay. Can I make something up then? Can I interject?
You would like to interject as a... Alright.
As
As a
a
peasant.
corporal in the human army.
Tyson, you will notice as you kind of go to even say anything, I'm just going to cut you off. He goes, who the fuck are you?
I'm going to do like a stand down motion.
And you kind of watch as he bends down. King, get your dogs the fuck out of here. So he kind of... He's wears this kind of mask on all the time, so it's kind of hard to properly understand what he's actually saying.
So he wants all of us out of here.
Sorry?
So he wants all of us out of here?
You more take it as he just wants them not
Intervening.
Because he also has his boys here.
As judgment, does this involve me or?
You're not too sure.
Sure. All right. I'll just stay silent and go back to the position.
Now you watch as the king kind of, he doesn't really know what to say. He kind of stops. Well, we were hoping to end the war. And you watch as he kind of leans down.
But we're winning.
Yes, I understand that you're winning, but he kind of looks at you, kind of turns back to look at you.
We believe that by ending this conflict, you will no longer have to waste your resources on us. You'll be able to use them for more worthy conflicts. Additionally, no more humans inside your territory. You can go back to full. You can go back to just normal life.
There are no humans in their territory.
I think I want this.
Buddha.
I was thinking of just gesturing to the castle. Just the castle?
No. The entire land. I want it. Then I'll let you leave.
Where would we go if you take the entire land?
There's territory sections. He'd take half the human continent.
Half the human continent.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt they could hold it
Not
for long,
happening.
given all the other
Yeah, I
races
was
that
about
kind
to
of want
say,
our ass.
I'd rather lose half than lose all of it, you know? Because we're
No,
gonna...
no, we don't want to lose any of it. I'm just saying that the quartets are just one group of people, and they're taking half of our continent. Everyone else is going to want a piece as well, so it's not really a big issue.
No,
So,
but-
like, let me just ask: is Silverstoak? How much of the continent does Silverstoak make up,
Not that much.
But he wants
percentage-wise?
Percentage-wise, probably the territory of Silverstoke is probably a good 15.
Oh, that's actually
It's not bad.
And he wants half. So he wants us to negotiate for not just the territory of this king, but multiple kings that aren't even here.
Yep.
pretty much.
Pretty much. That's what you're gathering. Since you're assuming when he gestures at that, he's not just talking about this one castle.
Carry on the
What
stick, man.
use would the human continent be to you? There's not much sunlight there at all.
Nothing. I want it.
What a selfless piece of shit.
Bro,
So-
carrot
so-
and the stick,
yeah.
bro. You need to bring out the
The
stick.
Silverstoke territory is almost entirely deserted, isn't it?
I did not read how to negotiate.
Yeah, this guy did not read negotiation. I thought it was a general. What is he
He's
doing?
not the intelligence general.
Yeah, I'm the punch stuff. And you,
He's the warmonger of...
yeah.
He's not a warmonger. He's like a more of an opportunist. But why not
Yo,
that guy
facts.
Dylan?
Dylan is.
So, what's the verdict, gents? We're gonna hand it over.
The most we could do is Silverstoke. That's all we can afford.
Then you're dead meat walking.
I should have followed this guy to begin with.
I mean, we still have that opportunity to do.
Because, like, he's not here to
If he-
negotiate.
if he's-
he's
if
here
he-
to demand.
Yeah, I mean, if he starts to attack, then we obviously can.
Yeah, I thought he was doing negotiations, man.
And you kind of hear as he goes,
I already own Silverstoke. It's dead empty.
what he says to you.
And if we agree to the rest, it's still going to be empty.
No humans involved. Easy.
What are you saying, Darian?
Didn't we bring a negotiator?
Yeah, the king is in negotiation.
Isn't the king negotiating as well, or he just...
Oh, he owns Silverstoke, but the council really owns it all. But you would never let someone like this into the council.
They didn't brief us on this.
As a player, I'm a little bit stumped on this, guys.
Here's what we
Any
do.
suggestions?
You need to intimidate him.
Him?
This guy is a whole two
Him?
taller than me,
What are we assuming?
And?
He's a
and he's
girl.
made of crystal.
Yeah, you know what Crystal's like to do?
You
Crystal's like
cracked
the shadow, right? You know what? Walk up to him, flash your bling on your hand. You see this? Your cousin right here.
I don't think
Your
obsidian's
auntie, your
meant to
mother.
shadow.
Actually,
Oh,
obsidian is
I mean-
extremely brittle.
Wait, is he actually made of
No.
obsidian?
But
No,
prime
he just,
obsidian.
he's just made of this black selenite.
Wait, what?
Just
race
whip out
is
your
he?
bag of saline.
Sorry?
What race?
sorry, I need to take a break.
He's the one-off race. He's only he's,
Yeah,
on
that's what I
one,
reckon
he's
you're
only
doing.
one of 4 of his kind.
Whip out your bag of saline and start
Like a
snorting it in front of him. It's like, sorry.
I had to take my daily intake.
Most humans in the quartet that were there are embedded with selenite. This is a man creature made completely of selenite.
And the quartet is the
It's a kind of territory. It's like all country.
territory. But his group is called.
Sorry.
The quartet.
His group is called the quartet,
Yeah, that's his area.
and their race,
It's also
Mix.
called.
Sorry?
and their mixed race.
No, it's mainly just that kind of people.
Basically,
Yeah.
there's 4.
Yeah, so there's 4 beings of pure selenite,
Yeah.
and they're the leaders, and the subjects are only like, imagine cyborgs, but instead of metal, it's selenite
Yeah.
crystal.
But they're human.
Yeah.
Humanoid.
They look that
Yeah.
humanoid.
But this guy's just like 8 feet tall.
No, he's
No.
made completely of something. He's not. He's a humanoid, yes, but he's not made of flesh or blood.
Shit, damn. Wonder what he tastes like.
Alright, so guys, any
The
suggestions?
selenite. Snort the selenite in front of him.
Sure.
No, I'm not gonna snort.
Bro, he already doesn't take the selenite soldier seriously.
Wait. So
Or
what's
the
the 2
king
soldiers
of
next to him?
Silverstoak, so
Are they also full
You
cell?
need to take some extreme measures.
No,
But we
that
can't
humanoid
piss the
kind of
guy
thing.
off or something. We need to be civil, but we also need to.
I mean, if we piss him off as a result of his fragile ego, there's no way he's willing to negotiate with us in the first place.
Precisely.
Hey, or we could do tricks. You know, remember that one thing that we missed out on? We were supposed to trick the guard, the prison guard.
Yeah, I don't think that's working on.
I think it's gonna work on the big boss guy.
Hey
Right,
man,
us.
but I
Here's
Okay.
the territories. Psych.
What I know about the 4 dictators?
Yes, you would.
So I know there's 4 of them.
Yes, you would. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
And do I know anything about each one of them, or do I know?
Not at all.
Bloody metagaming for
Snort the selenite.
I'm gonna look back at the king going.
What?
Can they cast Plummet on this guy? Like, for real, man?
I'm willing to do anything. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask him. Are there any other terms you'd accept as half of the human continent?
Yeah, I think think of a few.
Right, list them out. Where are we?
Every human in Citroth. I want you to kill them, or they kill themselves. They're not back off. That's happy with me. Kings, queens, soldiers.
Oh my god, this guy doesn't make it.
Alright, let's just get this guy to just get
He's
him
a
out.
psychopath.
Surprise, surprise.
Or we just trick him and then move everyone out of that place and say, "Oh yeah, everyone died."
I'm sure it's obvious as to why that is not possible.
You can't negotiate with someone who
That's
Yeah,
a shame.
can't negotiate.
has already made their decision.
Listen, we're here to compromise, but there are some things that. I mean, many of these humans, they do not get to choose this situation that they're in.
What can you offer the quartet?
My ass.
Tell me. What can you offer the quartet?
2 things to offer.
How? Wait, I have a question. Do the quartet have enemies other than us?
No.
What? So they're just.
So they're friendly with everyone else, but they just hate
Well,
humans.
more so they're very
No,
isolationist.
They're isolated. No one's allowed to enter that territory.
No,
one's
but
allowed
is
out
there
of it.
people on the border of their territory that they don't like?
Not that they don't like. They just don't. You don't just don't enter the quartet. They're fine with them. Like they were previously before humans entered the quartet. They're very isolated, so
Uh-huh.
it's very hard. to
But now they want to
them.
expand.
I'm going.
That
Yeah,
seems
it's
like they're gonna,
contradictory as well.
and so no one dislikes the fact that they're like ravaging human continent.
I think they just want to
well, well, no, because the other continents near them are ravaging the human continent. Unless you mean when they meet. Is that what you're talking about? When they meet?
No, I was asking. Yeah, you already answered.
Ah, well, no, they are also the only person that would be against is probably around the demon continent and that area. They are also killing humans.
Yeah.
So
So we could offer.
These guys are also dumb. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're all savages.
well, actually, this guy for a few years has been paint up, waiting and waiting for his one opportunity to. This is a metagame thing for his one opportunity to come out and just kill everything he finds.
Right.
Are we talking about Obsidian Prime?
So
here?
he is
Yeah.
a savage.
Yeah. No, I
would not do it
know.
on Ghost.
Meta-wise, the other quartet members are probably here looking for peace, but this one guy is.
Yeah, but he's due to the fact of him being,
Pure.
he's worse, or he's the only one willing in those quartet members to put himself out there on the field and talk it out, negotiate.
All right, I'm gonna give the sergeant a bit of a look.
Sergeant's outside.
Oh, he's outside. No.
The sergeant's not hearing any of it.
Call over the corporal.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna look at the corpse.
What? No, you
Chain of
don't
command.
look at the corporals, bro.
No, this is more as a. I have an idea, but the second I say it, things are gonna go downhill.
Just say it's what's out of hand.
Okay, out of game, I'm thinking we offer up the king.
Damn.
I don't think he cares about
No.
no scrawny man. No.
Yeah, he doesn't give two shits.
Like clearly we can't negotiate. With
Well,
this guy.
we've
Yeah.
Our only option
Let's
is
replace
to
him with
somehow manage to
It's either
convince
convince him.
someone other than him.
Yeah, we
because
need
he's
to
unconvincible.
Kick this guy out
yeah.
So we need to
and
remove
then
him
get
from
another
the
meeting with
equation.
someone else.
Guys, here's a thought. We give him a general.
We should give him a general.
I like that.
We give him the general
I
and
like
the king, and then
that.
you leave.
Well, unfortunately, you guys are not here negotiating.
They are in the room.
I mean, we're in the room.
Unfortunately,
Taylor, you're next to him.
Can I just lie
But
on my rank?
the idea
Can I
is
say,
we've been given
general
permission
in the army?
to let this king die. So I offer him up.
No.
What?
We're not offering up
are
the
you
king.
cooking, bro? Either way, he's gonna kill him. It doesn't matter to him.
I mean, if we're gonna do that, we might as well try and kill him.
Exactly.
Okay, not try and
Or
kill
escape.
Them. Like try and
Try and
get him out of
bring
here.
up the
And then
Interrogate him, like
That's fair trade
interrogate
for
him,
half
right?
the land. Though.
like
For peace.
interrogate him, like hey, and then just like punch him down and that kind of thing.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing. You know that he is dead near unhittable.
Yeah, I know.
He is a blade cannot pierce his skin, nay a gun, nor anything.
But my fist.
What about my use of the words? My riz.
They'll just
My
annoy,
riz pierces
they'll just
you.
annoy him more.
For level 6, guys.
Oh, did we level up
No,
From
at
what?
all from the last 2 years of work?
2 years.
that's not canon.
Yeah, we technically went from 5 to 6, guys. Changed.
Okay.
2 years? What do you mean 2 years?
From our last
That wasn't
endeavors.
canon, though.
Oh, non-canon events.
Anyways, so what's the plan? What are you saying? What's your compromise? To try and hold this... Right, I would imagine your only solution here is to try and maybe make some sort of solution that would not mean he immediately attacks you.
Yeah.
Some sort of compromise to keep him at bay for how
How
short you want.
about,
How about just ask him? We'll reconvene in 30 days, like that.
but like add an incentive. So like, we'll reconvene. But for now,
Are there any other
now we'll
are
give
there
you
any other
this.
quartet leaders I can
once we
talk to?
our chain of command.
Yeah, just say reconvene. For now, you can stay in this castle, and we'll return in 30 days. Done.
That might not
With-
actually be our play. Sacrifice Silverstoak for 30 days
No, I thought we were in some random castle, like on the
in
outskirts.
the Silverstoak territory, so we can
Yeah,
see the entire
sacrifice
region.
This castle, he
So
will stay here.
15%.
He's not taking the whole of Silverstoke yet, right? He just sits in here and waits for like a week or something, and then we come back. You're actually
With
not getting
backup.
any territory. We're
Nah.
gonna kill you.
So, but what stops them from just attacking us afterwards?
Well, here's the thing.
The prospect of getting half of our continent.
If the rest of actually that's muted.
But we can't. But then we have to go back on our word because we're not giving them half the continent.
No, we're buying time, Dylan. That's what we're doing.
Wasn't his word that he would be here to negotiate, and he's
Yeah.
just here to kill us all?
Well, he is negotiating in a way. I don't want half the land.
He wants half the land.
Chuck
Yeah.
dead.
That's unrealistic negotiation.
Yeah.
It is negotiation. Nonetheless.
That goes against every Geneva Convention known to man.
I mean,
I don't know if you noticed, but Geneva isn't in this particular continent. But yeah, reconvene 7 days. We'll discuss the idea of
Where's the
murdering everyone in
dignity in
Central.
these negotiations?
There is. I want to try and kill
So,
this guy, but
what are you saying? Come on.
I think I'm just gonna hit him with a. I think I will have to hit him with the. Listen, listen. We can we reconvene on this? We'll give you all the Silverstoak for the next.
Oh, that's 15%.
you pick 5 plus your little crown. Her, the rest, they stay. I'm gonna kill them.
Wait, sorry. Repeat that. My mind is like.
you and the king are
In
leaving.
DM turns, he said you can take 5 people plus the king, but the queen he wants and all the people outside here to stay from slaughter.
Nope.
Oh.
We do not negotiate with terrorists, Dylan.
Dead ass, bro. Get the SEAL Team 6 on this
Yeah,
guy.
we get these mother. Where's our fucking reinforcements, bro? This guy's gonna try and invade half of our fucking continent. Like,
Where's
we
the
need to deal with this
sass,
now.
bro?
Okay.
Where's
This is
our...
sass, Dylan.
You're
We're like
sitting
when
on
this
the
guy
battlefield.
rolled on
Because-
you.
He's quite generous on the battlefield, as in terms that he lets them genuinely give it a good go to fight him.
Like he lets him get
He'll
hit.
let us try and dog on him, and
He
then
lets them get a,
Give him
get
a couple
good go.
free hits, and then he's like, oh, now you're dead.
Sorry.
What? And if they fight well enough, does he let them go or no?
if we can
They
get
never
away.
can fight enough.
I mean, bro, there's,
No one can fight to please them.
Okay, can I try and run for the door and get Kayn to warn all the guards outside?
That's like probably not the best idea.
Why?
He's
'Cause
got 2 soldiers that can
It's
chase
going
him down.
to like initiate conflict.
Well, the conflict's gonna be initiated if they're all gonna fucking die, Taylor.
No, but
We might as well
like,
give them a
he's
fighting
still-
chance.
He's still talking about the idea.
Okay,
He's-
if you
he's
do it
still bringing-
subtly,
it's like, you know,
Yeah.
He's floating
water.
around the subject.
I would more do it subtly though.
Yeah. See,
Like, okay.
the other thing I'd like to ask of him is I'm like,
Ask.
may I speak with you and additionally a second of the quartet leaders? I'd more want to gauge if there's someone of the full quartet.
I would like to speak with the council.
Whole council for whole quartet.
No. No. You gave me this piece of shit, and you got one of the 4 members. You're lucky even I'm here.
Listen, I understand, but we need to survive as humans. I'm just saying. Oh shit!
right. So he's immediately said no to that. He does not like that idea,
Yeah.
as he probably knows what would happen.
Yeah, I know
And
exactly
you
what would happen.
mentally would probably know what would happen.
Yeah. That's why he won't accept it.
Any other wise ideas?
Unfortunately, you've forced my hand a little bit.
Oh, no, I'm not there. I'm just gesturing the fact Cassius has some ideas.
So
Okay, mentally, you got any wise ideas?
Mentally, Cassius is thinking to
He's-
himself,
the current negotiations he's offered to you. I'm just going to cut Tyson off. Here's the negotiations he's currently offered to you. You get to make it out with the king. Only you. And reconvene in 30 days. I mean, your party and the king get to make it out. And
We reconvene in 30 days.
the king won't
Reconvene
leave.
in 30
King's
days.
not leaving his wife.
Yeah, the king won't be.
But he'll have to leave his wife and all the men out there in the kingdom. Sorry.
Do
Second
we-
option is you give him half the human continent, Third option is
Kill kill all of the Citroth.
every human in Citroth must die.
Right, okay, I have an idea. If we give him half of the human continent, right? Hear me out. It's not gonna happen. We're the only ones representing the council. When they get the news that we're giving them half of their continent, they're gonna be like, what? No. And they're obviously gonna fight for it. We get out of there, alright, and we're good.
Yeah, no, I was thinking just give them half because what
What are they? They're still gonna have to take it anyway
Yeah,
because
if
they're
they're
not gonna
gonna
accept
just-
our verdict. They're
Yeah,
gonna be like,
they're
what?
just gonna
You offered
keep
half of the
going.
land?
Yeah.
No.
We're just some lackeys. They're not gonna.
Do
Currently,
you
the
agree?
quartet is on standby. You were saying meaning you want the quartet to start moving entirely over.
Right, but we're not just gonna. They're not gonna just let them walk over because they don't have news of what's happening.
But we
here.
won't get back before the quartet's fully invaded. The quartet will invade before we can even make it back to the council.
No, you have to understand. Currently, they've only got like a little thing in the door. You're going to be allowing them to. You're going to be saying, "All right, here's the deal," and they're going to take a full step into the door with most of that meat.
Right, but that's if we let.
And then they start fighting back, and then there is no longer a peace option. It means you must fight them since you have lied, deceived, and have more or less set them up for a massive trap, as you are going to fight them as they enter their own territory, which they were given from by you.
Right, but we didn't communicate that to the council.
I know, but I'm just saying.
That's what they
Are you
were-
going
okay,
to go
okay,
back
yeah.
and say, all right, let's make peace now that you've killed her and taken half of the continent? Now let's make another peace treaty, even though we deceived you last time.
Right, okay. So
Why
It would work to save your skin at this moment, but in the long run, it would not.
But I feel like they would just still go on and just invade.
I will tell you one thing. One soldier of the quartet is probably worth 10 humans.
Then we just sack 10 people.
One
I mean,
soldier.
humans
One
breed like
soldier.
rabbits.
Not,
man, all
not
the
this
same.
guy. This guy is not just worth 10 humans. One of their soldiers.
Oh.
Since
Like one of their snipers.
mentally wise, I'll tell you one thing. Pacific people must become a soldier. When you're born with a Pacific kind of selenite in you, you must become a soldier, and you're trained from birth into that. So you're made.
So they have
built
less
for fighting.
soldiers.
I mean, the difference is we can make more.
No, they don't have less soldiers. They
What
have,
the
But you said only specific,
Yeah.
so it's like a small
Ah,
chance to
so they
become a
have-
soldier.
but-
So when they have less,
It's a one. in
unless they have a
four
giant
Unless
ass
they have a
population.
giant
well,
population,
the
yeah.
thing is, well, it's an entire continent. So
We
An
continent.
entire continent of quartets.
now you have to remember, you are not only fighting them. You have
The
lost a
demon.
bunch of. They are only fighting you with an entire continent of people. You are fighting multiple continents.
Okay, right.
We need allies.
Yeah, well, 2 years and these motherfuckers haven't even done anything yet. God damn.
Yeah, look at us.
Sorry.
No,
Like we haven't negotiated with anyone. Everyone's just been raw dogging us for the past 2 years.
Yeah, we haven't been like, hey.
Hey, let's talk it out, guys.
Well-
There's been a mistake.
Well, if this guy came up to you, Tyson, and went, and would you be like, hey, buddy, let's talk this one out? And then he said, all right, Tyson, kill your entire family in front of me, and go to yourself. How are you doing it?
Okay, wait, you lost me for a second.
Let's say you were a human,
Yeah, but that's not the.
and he gave you these offers. You have no option but to just.
No, I mean initially when the calamity happened, like
Mm.
how.
How
And we're
did
just
we
like,
make-
fuck these
we
guys,
made
they're
no
out of territory.
friends?
Let's fucking murder them. Okay, now they're out of our territory. Let's continue murdering them.
Well,
Like-
it's more like
It's
this.
a warmongering nation.
It's a.
No,
it was a low.
they're a very
isolation.
peaceful isolationist nation who has no
Yeah.
enemies.
Actually,
so
this
And
guy
then
was.
all of a sudden,
no one's enemies of them.
I'll let you know. This guy was waiting to kill people.
yeah, he was waiting.
He
right?
loves killing people. So
Yeah.
when his area, and he could say to the rest of his 4 members, right, and say they invaded us, let's go invade them back. You know, something.
What's-
Let's say, I'll Metal Wiggly wise, he put this idea in the wind of invading humanity a long time ago.
Okay.
When humans invaded them theoretically, even though they didn't, he could then say, all right, now's the time. They're making their move. Why are we just sitting back? I've got thousands of soldiers ready for this. Let's do this thing. Millions of men ready. Let's get this thing going. And they went, okay, they've invaded us. You make a fair point. Attack them.
So like, are there So it's fantasy humans, modern humans.
Yes.
Are we?
We're
I
working
know we
together.
combine, we work together, but are we physically all one group, or are we like split apart?
No, I think we're physically one.
You're physically one group.
So we just happen to appear like right with you.
No, because we.
Well, over time
we-
we've created that.
Yeah.
Yeah, over time we've
Yeah.
converged
come
together.
together.
And we made no friends.
Yeah, we
over
made
that whole
zero
time?
friends.
Like
Zero
we weren't like, hey,
friends.
Alfs, you want to be buddies with us or some shit? I
No,
don't
we
know.
do have friends. They're just not as
So we've got
Powerful?
allies.
powerful. Yeah.
Why do we make friends with the fucking weak nations?
Because the strong ones are attacking you.
Oh my goodness. Smart.
Yeah, but like normally, if the strongest attack you, that means they attack other people, and those other people also need help. So
Yeah, but
we
it's
That's
not
just
fight
put us in the
together.
government A-tail. Like, what's going on?
Currently, the elves aren't going to help you since they don't
Okay.
want to
Yeah,
interfere
they
with
don't want
anything.
to jump in on a wall.
The one nation that the humans have allied with is
The
the
one?
entire continent. One of the bigger ones is Candy Folk, so you have them on your side. And lastly, more or less, the rest of them just kind of stand back. You do have some tree folk, but not many since they're scattered throughout.
Right. Damn, bro, can I like summon Livy in here? Livy, help us out.
Unfortunately, no, he would not be apparent.
Who's the lady?
Anyways, what are you saying? Come on, let's get this negotiation finished.
I'm not.
But
very
there's like
good at-
no good option.
Just say we don't negotiate with terrorists and then fucking leave.
Did ass. Never heard
Well,
a truest.
and we
Do you
die.
remember what Lorenzini said to you?
Where's our sass?
Do you remember what Lorenzini said to you about the negotiating with this character? I hope you have not forgotten that, since it does slightly seem like you have what you were told before the mission, of course.
Say it again.
He's not good for negotiation.
You were given slight optimal warning. You might have to watch it back the
Yeah,
next
okay.
time you see
Can
it.
I roll a memory check?
I'll just memorize for you. He practically said, you know, this guy's a killmongering beast, and no negotiation is happening, and that's why he was welcoming you to your death.
Oh
As he
yeah,
feeds
I
you
remember
up
that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I do as well.
I,
He actually-
well,
he
he
actually
didn't tell
told
it
you
to
that.
me directly. I was gonna ask him, but then we just left. So, yeah. But I was
And
gonna
no
talk to
one
him
else,
about it
we're not plotting him.
What? Wait, what?
Why not?
because then he'll just kill us faster.
So he's
Yeah.
not gonna negotiate with
What are the
us.
chances of him
and
being
we're
like,
not gonna fight him.
"Respect."
So it's a death tray.
But so we have to sacrifice the queen and then face.
And all the people. How many?
Sacrifice
Oh,
the-
I was gonna ask, how many people are here?
It's like 400, wasn't it? Like a
Nah,
platoon?
it's not 400.
This?
How much?
Nah. They were sent to a different area that was also slaughtered. Probably like, around kind of 50, maybe a little bit less.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That is pretty bad, given our numbers.
Oh,
I mean,
Like,
if
what do you mean?
if they only have 2 soldiers.
no, but wait, what is that for? Just for reconvening? Not for actually.
Sorry?
What was that deal for?
It's just to reconvene in 30
Just to
days.
reconvene in 30 days.
30
just so he
days.
doesn't invade more.
So like, you
He
gotta
get-
think
he
about
gets
this.
to come in and take Silverstoak, which is barren.
If you
actually.
think pros
Yeah.
and cons, if we said fuck you, he would invade and probably kill more than 50 people
Right, no, but there's no one else.
But
in
right
Silverstoke.
now, we're just sacrificing 50 people
for 30 days.
for 30 days.
So-
And then
we just
sacrificing
let him
anybody.
And then we're also not lying or deceiving if we say
We stay in his kind of good graces, which is
that would be more
crucial.
Or we just nuke our own place.
Nuke him! Yeah!
You knew where?
Nuke Silverstoke.
How about we nuke his place?
Unfortunately, Leos has a stabilizing agent with
Oh,
some
God.
radioactive materials.
Yeah, you're
What about
What about the actual force from the explosion, right?
What about we
Blast
get
them all.
50 tons of TNT?
We've
This
run
is
out.
actually
of-
really
I reckon we
sticky,
do a
huh?
30-day. We do
Yeah.
a 30-day trial. Yeah.
30 days.
And
30
then
days.
when
then
we
we go
meet
back
up
to
the
the
next
council.
time, we load the whole castle with TNT. And we're like, oh, good to see you. sir."
this guy's thinking.
I like his thinking.
Nah, I reckon the 30-day trial is the best strat.
Yeah.
Is that what
Out
you
of
like?
the options we've been
Is that
given.
what you
Yeah.
like to say?
Sack the
Okay,
queen.
are there any
Oh,
other
fuck the
options
queen. I mean, what-
that we can think of right now?
I mean,
Help
me
us out.
personally, I wouldn't take
Give
any
the
of the
king?
dis-
Yeah, I wouldn't say any of this
disrespect.
disrespect. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You bend down, you pull down
And
your
you guys
pants,
be
you
dead.
open
Me
your
personally, what
I
goes
would die
around
with
comes
pride.
around, bro. If you
Technically
treat
die with
someone
pride.
like this in a negotiation, bro, one day you're gonna get fucked in the ass.
He is getting fucked in the ass.
Now,
right
one
now.
day, a nation is gonna be like, "Hey, I don't like what you're doing. We're gonna."
Don't worry, we'll do everything
When he
for you.
walks up and sees the 8 fallacies there waiting for him, then all of a sudden it's like, okay. But if he sees an old crippled man
Yo,
waiting for
wait,
him,
are the 8
it's a little
fallacies
different.
in this world?
The 8 fallacies, yeah.
Oh, I see. Are they like as what I remember?
Can I plummet him like to get into?
Oh, they're the cult members, right?
It's like, you will kneel before
Yeah,
His
the
Majesty.
core members are kind of the same. Yep.
Sure.
But are they
That-
cult? They're part of the cult?
There's no cult.
I thought you said there was a cult.
No, they run the continent.
Yeah, they run the continent. They ate fallacies.
Is this the same? Okay, this is all
Under,
out of
under
character
one
stuff.
king that was killed by humanity. Sanguinius, of course. The one king of the one ruler of the demons.
Right.
The one ruler of the demons. Who was killed by humanity. So, and they've kind of had a little bit of tension there the entire time because of that. And then when they were also...
So what? They're the demon continent guys, yeah.
Yeah, the demon continent guys. The 8 fallacies are.
So this is like the world expanded kind of.
Yep.
I see.
Can we just ask him to reconvene in 7 days? No conditions?
Can we just? What's his name again? That god that you always bring.
Go ahead.
Galahad.
Can we just go ahead, have mercy, go fuck? No.
Okay,
Is
yeah.
Galahad even he's what time zone are we in?
What?
Is Galahad
Is
like?
Galahad
Don't
is
worry
sleeping
about
right
it.
now?
Anyways,
Never mind.
so what's the plan?
Reconvene in 7 days, no conditions.
7 days.
7
30
days, no
days.
conditions.
30 days. Oh,
But no conditions.
Is that what you're offering up?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll counter off
love
with that. 7 days, no conditions. Well, actually, no. 7 days, you get all the Silverstoak.
No. Tell him that it gives him time to prepare his army in the event that the peace treaties fall through. Benefit for him. He's not just rushing us right now.
And talk.
But then it
No,
also
I'm not
puts
going to
some pressure
announce.
on our necks.
Hey. So when it falls through,
No, if it falls through.
We plan to attack you, so in 7 days, get
No,
your
no,
whole
no.
army here.
I'm just saying, he's a warmonger. He's going to warmonger away regardless, right? We're just going to give him the benefits, of what he could do in that time.
No, but you're like
Yeah.
offering him
Yeah,
to
so-
like get his.
But he's
army.
going to do it anyway.
yes, I'm going to say, what about 7 days? We all get to walk free. You still get all the Silverstoak. I understand you have a thirst for blood, but
7 days, what? You come back and make another treaty?
I need time to negotiate with the council.
Negotiate.
These things you're asking, they're quite large demands.
Now, who's got a good... You have past perception, that's good, so... And nobody but you alone can tell that he's really, really not... This is not what he wants to go for. And you see he goes, 7 days. It's more like he personally didn't want this. Now, what you pick up from this, since you know your judgment isn't too great, but I'd say with a mixture of it, what you can pick up from this is that he was told if there was a no bloodshed deal, he must take it from one of the other members, but he personally wanted you to offer up or try to attack him.
Ah,
So he was allowed to kill you.
right.
You see he goes,
7 days. You have 7 days. Meet at Silverstoak. I'll be sitting on my throne.
and you watch as he leaves.
Of course, Obsidian Prime. I'd say like, your my liege, or your liege. So something really proper. I can't quite think of it right now.
And then you watch as he walks out. You see he kind of like smashes a chunk out of the door as he's stomping out. You see he kind of turns to you.
Should have killed you when I had the chance.
And kind of walks around and leaves.
This guy.
And he does it like a rage quit kind of leave.
Yeah.
Like he does it like he just rage quit.
exited.
I'm gonna mutter to myself, no bloodshed.
You hear the king go, did we win?
This piece of shit, bro. God damn.
So you call the king Mister, and you call the enemy Commander. You're my liege. I think we have a traitor amongst us, guys.
Yeah,
He gets to sell my soldier.
it all makes sense.
It's all coming together now.
Yeah, you really just switched sides.
I'm gonna
Get
turn
him.
to King and go, not yet, but I have some ideas. I got you out alive. And with the way things were going, I didn't think that would happen.
What is your plan now?
Let's talk on the way out. We've saved all these men another day. But for now, we have to retreat out of Silverstoak and back into... What's the next nearest city?
Probably not that. But the safest one
Yeah, next safest.
would be Sidron.
What?
Is there a camp outside of Silverstoak that we can...
In his territory.
No, outside.
Yeah, like near the border.
Just outside the borders.
Like, well, we can camp out.
Do you want to spy on them?
Can we bring?
No,
50 soldiers
I
with
just
us?
don't really want to go all the way back to Citroth only to come back. Is that a way we can go? Just all the way back to Citroth?
Yes, you can.
Oh, alright, then yeah, back to Citroth we go.
Wait. Can we bring everyone with us?
Yeah.
We're not just gonna leave them here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
There's
no,
a
we've
reason why
seeded
they're-
Silverstoak.
Yeah, they have to leave.
Yeah.
Now, Kayn, you see that one, lieutenant kind of look like he's planning a kind of quick charge at this obsidian problem. Now, what would you do? Since your perception's actually pretty good.
I would stop them.
Yeah, go like this.
Yeah.
Kayn say,
This isn't you.
No, we can't.
you know how many of my men he killed?
I know, but that's what he wants.
Imagine how many
You don't
more he
want to
could
give
kill.
him what he wants.
So what do we get?
Your lives.
To live another day.
Time. And that's where we'll be taking our next break again. We'll be back with you after a short break. Hey there, I'm Curtis. That was something. I definitely wouldn't want to deal with that guy. Jeez. I mean, it's looking pretty scary out there. But,
What did you say about me? I say you get these lazy fucks back to work.
yeah, let's get back to regular streaming. And we are back. Right. We find ourselves, or you find yourselves, in leaving Silkspire. I mean, sorry. Not Silkspire. Silverstoak. I don't know why I said Silkspire. Yep. And now, are you immediately just gathering everybody in the Softshoot Kingdom and or let's say an arm, really, of reach for Silverstoke? Are you gathering all kind of 50 people here and leaving?
Yeah.
Going straight to Setroth on a direct route?
We need to stop by some of the other, like for example, the Silverstoke Castle to collect those men and bring them with us.
Now, you're all telling them what story? Since it sounds as though you're retreating? Is that what you would say?
Tactical withdrawal.
I thought I'm not really the diplomat here, guys.
I mean, you're a general. Just say tactical retreat.
Yeah.
Say you are to, and then they have to.
Yeah. Do you dare question? Yeah, I'm just gonna say tactical retreat. We're buying time.
And you will get in maybe what carriages you have and leave behind.
Is it picking it up?
Sorry about that. And leave behind Silverstoke.
Yeah.
Giving it, you might as well be giving it forfeit to
Forfeit.
The
I always say
quartet.
that.
Alright. And you start departing back to Citroth.
I'm gonna be actually be walking outside the carriage, kind of like more off to the side, just kind of kicking around. Motherfucker. As I'm a little bit annoyed because of that thing I saw last minute. Where I realized I should have held my ground.
You're not too sure what the extent of the limitations he was given were. So you're not too sure how much you could really push your luck as well. So it wasn't just like if you offered him up a treaty he would say yes, but there was some sort of condition he was under. And you imagine, just using your intellect, that next time he will not be marching with same conditions. Or he will try and get out of his restraints.
Obviously, Brent's quite annoyed because,
Yeah.
what does he do? Is what's going on in his head. Well, he's just staying off to the side. I imagine someone else would be in with the king.
Who would be in the carriage with the king?
Inside of it?
Anybody?
I thought only like him and the king and his wife.
Would you?
Probably on the reins.
Yeah, we're outside.
Me and Cat are used.
There probably is room for both of you to be in there.
I mean, there is probably
We have to
room for
guard.
people, but yeah, we're guarding the.
Right. And you make it back to... I would say just time skip it through the days, the nights, the sleeps. You make it back to Citroth. Right.
How
Now-
many days has it been?
Sorry?
How many days has it been?
It wouldn't take too long if you're just straight marching fully there. Probably maybe less than 7 days of travel. Not 7 days, but it would be less. Probably.
But
How
it has-
fast would you really be trying to go?
As quickly as possible to inform the council.
Because we only have 7 days, right?
Yeah, so we have to be there before 3 days because we need to make it back.
In 3 days.
Yeah, in the same time travel.
I'd say it takes about
Yeah.
2 days.
2 days if you're fully properly
Straight
properly
line.
gone.
Yeah. How many soldiers are dying?
Let's say maybe most of you. There were more carriages than there were men walking, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've seen on some of those army documents where like all the guys like on the tanks, like it's like a full team on there, or on like the trucks, or they're hanging off the side of it.
Yeah.
It'd be like that, is what I imagine. Like dudes just like sitting on top of the carriages and just really all over it. Like the horses are really being put to work, but to boost there as fast as possible, I'd say 2 days.
I'd also assume that we'd leave some of them at the border just to kind of stand ground, stop them from marching forward.
But who would want to?
Yeah, I doubt anyone's volunteering. Plus, those quartet are worth 10 soldiers for 1 foot soldier. So I doubt we're going to do much aside from inform.
Well, it's just so the border's not completely open.
What, leave like 10 guys there? You guys can protect the entire border. You got this.
I mean, I would understand why you would want to.
I
make
mean,
it
they're not
there.
going to attack. This is a ceasefire, but it's just so like
Well, that's what he's saying. If that's what the general commands him to do,
Yeah, okay.
10 guys will have
Yes,
to just
sir.
hop off and stand back.
at the very least, they're not boxed in anymore. They can actually retreat into the land if they were boxed in a castle before.
I doubt they're going to run faster than a quartet can.
Now, Citroth is humongous. So searching through it would take a serious amount of time. Like it is due to most of the humanity's population being now trapped in this location. They've expanded it by so much. But you're going straight to the main kingdom.
Yeah. Just a little question about Citroth and the kind of calamity modern fantasy world clash. Would it be like they've come up with skyscraper technology, so they're starting to try and like build some skyscrapers, as well as just like the fantasy things?
No, they don't have time for that. Yes.
So what do the defenses of like outer Setroth look like as we arrive?
It wouldn't be like... It would be like kind of... almost settlements set up as walls. Like more like... It's not like a full like border
Yeah.
around it, but like there's multiple various areas that are kind of quite heavily fortified outposts that kind of rim around the surrounding of Setroth.
And then as we get closer, Setroth itself is going to be more.
Yeah, but
Right.
they're positioned in a way that each outpost can
Right.
see the other outpost, so they can
Yeah.
see between themselves.
Okay, that's good.
And yeah, we head straight towards the Council of Kings.
Now you're heading to the Council of Kings.
Yeah.
So there is... You can obviously go to any generals that are here.
Oh yeah, general
There's
overview.
The kingdom itself is huge, as it's more like... it could almost be described as the White Castle, but no, like the White House, but it's even bigger than the standard kingdom would be, to accommodate for some generals being here, some of the higher ups, the multiple kings. So this is the practically creme de la creme of kingdoms. It is a wealth, because obviously kings don't want to be in, even in war, they would not want to be in the slums. So it's just extremely well maintained and nice. It's beautiful. The kingdom itself is the castle itself. I mean, just for the kings, it's probably the size of an entire castle alone, or a kingdom alone. So like the area of a kingdom.
Yeah.
The castle's humongous, for good reason, I assume.
Yeah, I'm going to go into.
Directly. Alright, so you enter. Now, before you can even get to that room, they have a what's it called?
Secretary?
No, what is it? What's the service lady?
Secretary.
Yeah, secretary. Yeah. They have one of those waiting outside. Now, as you go, there's a massive room. It's still very modern, but they have like those. There's a desk with some potted plants on the side.
Very modern.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to give everyone else a look. Is anyone coming with me?
Sure, I'll join them.
Cassius might be 58 years old, but he's still got some riz in him. Yes. Can I
Come
riz
on.
the secretary?
What?
Anyway, so you walk forward to the now you see a short-haired, like kind of like I would say cat's kind of like a buzz, slightly grown out. Squared glasses. Very well in a as nice as the refineries get of, kind of wear. And you see the pointed ears of a elf.
Yeah. Morning.
What can I do for you? Oh, General. We were not expecting you.
We come from Silverstoak with a grave message for the kings.
Right. Go on.
I think we need to speak with them directly.
General, you must be here for a joke. You're not just going to waltz in there and speak to them.
Why did he say he wasn't expecting us?
Because he wasn't expecting you?
Well, we had peace negotiations, right? If they went through successfully, right? Because the council sent the king, right? Were they expecting no word back from him at all?
The word wouldn't come from him. It'd come from the messenger.
The messenger? Oh, the
messenger.
ancient guy?
Yep.
Right.
Lorenzini.
Why didn't we just use him then?
Well, we still need to get out of Silverstoak.
What?
Where's-
What? So what?
I said we still need to get out of Silverstoak.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Right.
what
So, what
I'm
are you saying?
just out of my general knowledge, would the Council of Kings be behind that door?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to try one more time. Listen, this is a matter of importance.
I understand that.
I understand this is unorthodox, but they need to hear this now.
General, I don't think you're really catching my word here. You don't waltz in and see the Council of Kings. Do you need me to say that one more time?
And I think I'm just going to ignore them and walk past the door.
Now you watch as he kind of gets out of his chair. He says, General, I will kill you. And though they say your skin is made of selenite, it will not be tough enough. Your punishment will be severe. For you could walk on information you should never hear.
Is there anyone else in the room?
No, it's just
Is he considered an ally?
yes.
Can I cast run away on him?
I would not recommend that.
Like on an ally, I can get them to run in any direction I choose for as far as I decide.
Is that what you want to do?
No, could I do that?
Is there only one way to find out, Tyson? Yes, you would be able to, but is that what you want to do?
Okay, now I'll let Dylan do his thing.
So I've got my hand on the door handle right now. And the gritted teeth, I'm like, oh, fuck it, fine. And I'm going to turn around. Peace negotiations fell through. We've been given
Excuse me?
We've been given 7 days to come up with an offer that they will accept. But right now they want all the Citros dead or half the human continent.
There was nothing you could do about this. And you're telling me you want us to... Your idea of this was to get men out there in 7 days. To deal with this?
Well, we managed to convince them to come back in 7 days so we can see if we can offer up something worth this while. What we had did not suffice.
I see.
They wanted so much more. More than we could offer, more than we could give.
So, sir, what was your name?
I don't think that's exactly relevant at this time. I suggest that you talk to one of the war commanders or a general. You're not going to be able to walk into the Council of Kings.
But I need to understand what the council is willing to offer.
What the council will be willing to offer is nothing of your concern.
What?
You, General, are to say what they tell you. You're not there to discuss with them. Do you understand that?
Well, the next time send a better delegation.
Did you bring back Aberdeen?
Aberdeen is back, but he cowered out.
You watch as he pulls up his glasses and writes something down. I see. Interesting. Well, you will have to go to the war.
Fine.
The message will be passed on. Do not worry. But whichever general you choose will be the one to pass it through. What are you doing?
Can you hear it?
I can hear that. Yeah.
What time?
Anyways, no, that's fine. Go on.
Alright,
Now you know where the war room is. It's just pretty offshoot from this area.
yep, I'm gonna go to General Lorenzini.
Sorry?
Wait, is it?
Yeah,
Is it Lorenzini?
Lorenzini.
Lorenzini, yep.
Are you going to search him out directly?
I feel like... Oh, he's probably the most trustworthy one, right? Well, yeah. Is he the general I know the best? Is there one I'm particularly close with?
You're not particularly close with any of them.
But he's the one that sent us out, so I mean, like,
I'm gonna try and seek him out directly because he's the one
We're going
with.
to seek him out directly.
Yeah.
Right. So I'd say where would the meeting spot want to be? Would you choose to call him to the war room?
Would the war room be particularly busy?
You wouldn't know. But
Yeah, I'll call him to the
or
war room.
would you want it to be extremely private?
I'm kind of leaning more towards the private part.
Right.
man.
So, fortunately, in the kingdom, there are these kind of conference rooms, like you'd find in an office,
Yeah.
where meeting rooms or boarding rooms, kind of where what it would be. But
Is it-
you call him to one of those,
I'll call him to one of those.
right?
Would anyone else want to be here with me, or would it just be me alone making this?
I think you got this.
Yeah, you got this.
Just wait outside.
Actually, no, wait. I'm going with him because from our previous negotiations and discussions, I'm just going to stand by and observe.
You'd be a witness.
So,
Yeah, a witness
who would be in the room?
to the
there?
atrocities that are going to happen.
I'll be with the people of the other place,
People of Citral.
Silverstoak.
Silverstoak up with them. Yeah, okay.
I
You two.
agreed. Yeah.
You'd be in the room.
Nah, I'm doing those two.
Right. So you and Brent and Cassius is the only ones waiting in this room. And after probably 10 minutes, he's quite quick. You watch as the door opens. I am sorry. You called for me.
Come, take a seat.
And you watch as he pulls out a seat and quite gently sits in it with his legs crossed. So, you made it out alive. I am to imagine that the negotiations went very well.
Sure. They went great.
That is perfect.
Listen, I need you to pass this on to the Council of Kings. Things have gone very, very wrong.
Right. And what particularly did you tell this thing to the Zero ones?
Well, his demands are... He either wanted... One, to take half of the human continent. Or two, slaughter every single man, woman, and child in Setroth.
Quite ambitious, he is not.
Yes. Old Aberdeen got cold feet and had to rely on me to negotiate. Now, you know me, I'm not really one to talk.
Right. So what was the deal you signed us up for?
They get all of Silverstoak, and we get 7 days to come up with an offer that he'll accept.
Ah, I see. You do know that Silverstock there's no castles in between, kingdoms at all. Meaning they have a straight run to us? You know this?
I'm aware.
And you let them take it over completely? There's only 2, maybe 3 outposts between now the quartet and
They refused to attack us for this 1 week, so I'm hoping we can scavenge.
So after 1 week, what will we do?
We're gonna reconcile and give them a peace offer.
Well, if I could interject, sir, we did manage to leave 10 soldiers at our border at the graces of our general here. So I'm sure we'll be just fine.
Ah, I see. Is this true, General?
Well, I figured it'd be better than leaving it completely open.
And these were soldiers that came from Silverstoke, right? Correct?
Yes.
So already beaten, starving.
Listen, at least they're on our side. We can actually supply them.
Of course.
I
see.
run a supply line to the middle of nowhere.
So tell me, before I go and propose to the Council of Kings, what exactly are you planning on? It's the 7-day mark, or now 4.
To come up with an offer great enough
Ah,
for us to not something great enough for him to want it, with little of our men suffering as possible.
you do know he has to kill the entirety of Citro. You know this?
I'm aware, and I missed something right when he left. It's a hunch, but something tells me what he wants is not what the whole quartet wants.
He is one of the 4 main powers of the quartet. What he wants, a fourth of the quartet want. Meaning, if he convinces one other member, half of the entire continent will want what he wants. That is more than enough to kill us, you know this?
I'm aware, and there's
So you're hoping that 3 graceful angels are who he works with? That he wanted to kill the entirety of the biggest kingdom in humanity, and the 3 others are gleeful angels?
well, he wanted to kill
You must have
every
your-
single man and the queen.
You must have your fingers crossed.
I mean, perhaps they don't have to be angels, just more, what's the word, utilitarian, you know. They should have to understand the amount of resources they're going to spend on us alone. They can't all be willing to waste all of that on humanity and expand their territory by so much. It's going to be a lot harder to defend all of that. I mean, looking at it from, you know, just having common sense. How is this a discussion?
So you are hoping that they do not come and fight us? Is that what you are hoping?
I'm hoping they have common sense. Aside from our good friend, Obsidian Prime.
But if he just wants to kill humans, he loses nothing to attack us.
Then why didn't he kill the other 50 men? That was his original deal. He was going to kill everyone. And let 5 of us plus the king leave.
For what did we get?
One?
What did we get?
Huh? 30 days instead of 7.
What did we?
30 days. You do know it will take days for these troops on the lines to make it to Setroth.
Yes, I'm aware.
And particularly, what do you think that we are going to offer him?
I'm not sure. That's why I wanted to talk to the Council of Kings. I wanted to know what they'd be willing to offer.
You think the Council of Kings would want to offer half of the continent? Or would want to die?
I'm trying to find a compromise here.
Perhaps we could seed them. We could meet a nice middle. 20% of our land, maybe like 15% war reparations for like 5 years. You know, give them some of the less than optimal land closest to the border. Something that we wouldn't mind losing. After all, we don't have too many kingdoms between here and Setroth, or between Setroth and there. So I believe if it did come down to it, we could part with some land. Best case scenario.
And our hands are tied. Yeah, I mean, you guys think I don't pay attention. I'm always smoking selenite and higher, but I've seen the other lines. Well, our hands are tied. If we can do anything just to end one of them, we can divert our resources and fight another line. At least give us a chance at winning something back. Maybe in the Demon Continent, maybe in Orc territory.
But you let him see how weak we are. You let him see how desperate we are. We would not want to part with 50 men because we need them that much. You showed him how we have nothing. Because we have nothing. You told him, you showed him directly that we have nobody to defend us. That you had to scamper for 50 men. You should have let him die. You should have tried to intimidate him or anything.
Well, I wasn't meant to be the one making the fucking delegation now, was I?
Because you were watching for your own back. You did not think about humanity.
Respectfully, General, those 50 men are all that were left there, right? We're showing them that we will fight until we are out of men. No matter how many men we need, right? We need every single one, but that doesn't mean that we're low on manpower. It means that we're willing to fight to the end.
And die?
If that be, then that's the case.
That is not the goal. We do not want humanity to die.
So, General, respectfully, what do you propose?
I think that you have dug humanity's grave. For me to fix this critical error would be so much work. And you have no plan coming back? What did you learn from him? Anything?
Unfortunately not.
So you have come back with nothing? Except for 7 days of death to come to us. General, you must not be blind, same as you. Corporal. You must understand we have nothing. Do you want me to pick the kids off the street and the wives at home to pick up their knives and forks and come and fight us at the front line? Is that what you would like me to do? Or we are already begging the country folk to give us more people? They do not have fighters. We are already using their civilians. Do you not understand that? We don't have anyone more to go to. 7 days is so short. And they know we have nothing. And they are already 1 foot in the door. And you put us 1 foot in the grave.
Maybe you should have come along and done the delegations yourself.
I am too valuable to do that. You are not. Do you understand that, General?
I'll make a snide remark. Well, General, again, respectfully, perhaps you shouldn't send 2 corporals, a private, and a general as your delegation. I understand we're undermanned at the
I
moment.
sent a general that I thought would kill 50 men with without the blink of an eye. I did not know I sent in a weak, pathetic man. The Serenite soldier. What a fucking joke.
Ah, you motherfucker. This is a waste of time. I'm done. As I slam my fist on the table.
You are dead is what you are. Are you telling me you will have to go and talk to him in 7 days? Or will you cower away?
3 days, sir.
Tell me, when I somehow find a crazy solution to this putrid problem, are you going to go? Because you must. Or are you going to cower away?
Again, sir, I'm just a corporal, right? But just wanted to interject. The ceding our land is probably the best option. Despite it making us look weak, it'll make our perimeter a lot more defensible. We have a lot less land to defend. It's just barren out there, as you said. 1 or 2 outposts. We can afford to lose that. But if we leave it open, they have a straight shot to Setroff.
They do not just want the land, though. They want more of the land. The one we step on right now.
Well, so we have to come to a compromise, sir.
It is, we do not need men on our weakest corner, but we need them at our strongest. The quartet has not even been that aggressive.
That's exactly why we cede them land. The land between Setroff and Silver, whatever it is.
Why would they stop at that? If I were invading the quartet and they gave me a straight run to their capital, I would kill them without a second thought.
You want to know why? Because that's what they offered. They were willing to take 50% as a peace negotiation.
They were not willing to take 50%. Are you a fool?
So they'd rather waste time with peace negotiations when they have a straight shot to Setroff? As of now, undefended.
Do you know how much 50% is? And
You know how much 100% is, sir?
The pair of you are two fools.
Apologies, sir. I'll just step back.
You know nothing. I was a fool for sending you in, wasn't I?
Well, I was never the intelligent type. As I'm gonna slam the door and leave.
I'm just gonna salute him, walk out.
After we slam the door, you're gonna, yeah.
Fuck. I say to.
I'm not saluting you, bro.
Nah, I'm saying you're walking behind me, right? On our way out. Why did that send fucking Aberdeen of all people?
Well, I know about as much as you do, sir.
Fucking hell.
Now, as you're waiting, preparing, all of you, what would you do if 1 day's on 1 day's pass? Tell. What would Burns be doing in 1 day's pass?
Do I have any contacts in the city?
You probably have friends here and there. What's that?
I don't know. Just thinking how I can prepare for my demise. No.
So would you spread the rumor? Or would you keep it as a
Yeah,
sole
maybe
thing?
when I'm at a bar.
Oh. Jesus. God.
Sorry.
God, is that what you're spreading at the bar?
Maybe, I'll go to a bar and then catch up with some old war mates and maybe spill the beans a little on them. A couple beers deep.
Yep.
And that's how I'll spend my day.
Tyson, how would you spend your day's pass?
Well, Cassius is probably just, can I live in Setroff? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, probably heading home, looking at some old family photos of all his dead relatives and comrades.
Yep.
Just sitting there reflecting, probably reading a book or something before he has to go out again. Just chilling.
Brent Carter?
I dump out my entire bag of crystals,
Oh
smash
my
them up, and more out of just regret, just getting high as a kite.
Darian Wood.
I'm just with the other dudes.
Okay.
The Silverstoak people.
I'll be in a shack or a tavern or wherever I'm located at right now, tinkering on my arm and drawing up plans for the one idea that I have to try and turn this around. I don't think it's working, but I'm drawing a blueprint
That being?
of said idea. Tournament of power, baby.
What?
Don't worry. That probably won't work. It's just, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Drawing up a sketch, quick sketch and diagram of the one idea that I think may
Tournament
work.
of power.
There's more to this.
Right. D-Man, I'd say maybe deep into the night. You're called forth into the war room.
I imagine I'm like not really sleeping, so I've just been.
Yep.
Oh god, not even midnight. And I'm gonna start waltzing on my way to the war room.
Now you can hear arguing, this, that. It's a commotion in there.
And I must have a little idea of myself that it's kind of like high people thoughts. So I'm gonna walk in a little bit ditzy, tired.
Now, what you walk into is a dark room with a light only on the map, and you can hear various voices. I told you, he told me he did not have a choice. You're a fool, and you're gonna invite that drunkard back in here. He doesn't even deserve to be a goddamn general. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I told you, we cannot offer this. Jesus Christ, we joined you pathetic worms. This is a fucking waste of time. And then when you open up the door, you kind of hear it stop. Here's the man of the hour.
To what do I owe the fucking pleasure?
You don't know it to anybody. You're here to explain your fuck up. Take a seat on the stage, clown boy. Get in.
I've explained everything I have to.
Well, he just wants to know, like quite genuinely, he just wants to know, why the fuck you fucked up, is what I want to know.
Because the king put me on the fucking spot. He was the one meant to be doing the fucking negotiations, not me.
Oh, well, you do understand that, you know, that I do not worry. I have explained it to the general. He knows that it was a straight one, and he understands that point. See, he understands. He just fucking spread our ass. Yes, he knows he does do that. But you know that apparently I was told there were 10 men at a. That will not be enough to defend the border.
You don't think I fucking know that?
So you're telling me this guy? He's talking like you're not even in the room. This guy wouldn't give up fucking 50 men, but he would put those same 10 men on the border. Wow. Thank you.
50 men who are guaranteed to die, or 10 men who might die. What?
Or a whole goddamn kingdom who's gonna die. Yeah, good point. You got me there. And you see he takes a seat in his chair. What the general is trying to say is that he does not see very many options for us to get out of this alive.
And you fucking told me this was the death trap. There's gonna be no negotiations, and it was likely to go south.
Yes, and you have merely given us no negotiations. I would have rather had 30 days to get as many troops as we can to try and defend ourselves. But giving us 7 days cuts the line quite short. I would have taken the 50 men. I actually would have let only the general walk out alive. The rest die. But it was not up to me. It was up to you. But now that he knows we do not have any men to defend ourselves, it is looking a little tight, and some of the other generals not seeing too many ways to get out of this situation.
I have one Hail Mary idea.
Please, we are welcome to any ideas.
So from what I've gathered, this man is very blood hungry. This beast of obsidian prime, whatever the fuck his fucking name is. But if he wants the price of man, why not give him the undesirable, the criminals, instead of holding them in cells in the castle, send them off to the quartet for them to have their fun.
They are dead.
Our prisoners.
Yes. We
So?
use them as meat shields. They are dead.
So, any new prisoners, we send them their way. War reparations for...
Yes, just in case we all of a sudden get 50 rapists.
Oh, we'll get to more. There's always crime. We're fucking humans.
You want us to stop arresting people for nothing? We do not have criminals to put on the field. Yep. You're saying something out of... Yep. What are you saying?
Okay. I figured there was only women and children left in Setroth because everyone else is on the front line, isn't? Like, what are they gonna do? Arrest
No, there's soldiers
little
like
Johnny
you
at
here.
preschool?
There's like soldiers like you here.
What? Military prison? What the fuck?
The prisoners he was talking about. No, yeah, there's not that many people.
No, I'm not saying put them on the front line. No, that's...
No, they're already dead. The prisoners are on the front line. The rest of it was like Tyson.
Yeah, so unless
said-
you want to arrest your guards that are guarding Setroth.
Yeah, unless you want to arrest the guards that are guarding Setroth, there's no men left.
I'm talking in, like, long-term future. Like,
What? We don't-
15 years down the line. Anyone who's caught in prison, sent to the quartet.
We don't have long-term. We don't need long-term solution. We need a now-term solution.
To get peace.
Get Cassius in there.
Yeah.
Cassius is relaxing. He's on his day off.
As a... So yeah, I'm just gonna go. 5-10 years down the lines, anytime we catch a person for like, killing, thieving, desecration, we send them to the quartet, let them have their fun, their blood quest. At the very least, it'd save all the innocent people.
So you want us to get a list of pre-ordered killers for him? Told you he was a fucking idiot.
Well, it could work in a long prospect, but that's
See? Thank
they're
you.
willing to do. No, it's a silly idea, but that's if they're willing to actually do it.
And you watch as another kind of general walks in, and you watch as this big 7-foot orcish man kind of stomps through.
Just meta-wise. Do I recognize this guy?
No, you barely know any of the other generals.
Oh.
Now, you kind of watch as he marches in. You don't really get too much of his facial features, but he's kind of pierced up. Alright, so, what's the situation? You have arrived. We do not have that much to discuss. You have missed most of the fun when it was just me and, well, the other general. And you can hear him go, I'm sitting right here on the chair. I didn't leave. Just 'cause I'm in the dark. Of course, the other general. And you can hear he kind of stomps and takes his bigger chair in the kind of area. Well, let's discuss business. Right. From what I'm gathering and what I've been told, it seems that we're in a bit of a sticky situation. Well, as we do know, we're still taking many threat from the Orcish front and demon contingent. There's no leeway there. The quartet was one of the main ones we're worrying about as readying up for an attack of sorts, obviously. There's one that we had not started properly fighting yet because the orcs are taking a hold and the demons are very aggressive on their front, of course. You know this.
Yeah, of course I'm aware of this.
Now, you understand the severity of pulling out multiple hundreds of soldiers from the other borders to defend the quartet is quite unreasonable.
Of course, I'm aware of that.
Yeah, I see. Well, I'm gonna take it. And you see he turns over. We can't. And he says, no, you fucking can't. And he says,
We've already put quite a lot of our soldiers at hand.
and you've been killing them left and goddamn right. Oh, I'm sorry, my apologies. So we do not have any more fronts from the Candy Folk as, well, we have expended their resources quite to the fullest. We cannot rely on other races. We've been trying to contact the elves. Nothing. We've been trying to contact the tree folk, tree ants, Avarians. Nothing. They simply do not want to fight for no reason. In a fight that they are not involved in. We're running low on artillery, so we can't particularly just send. We would have to whip out some of our heaviest weapons, made to defend Cetroth, just to defend this one front line. That does mean we weaken our other segments, of course. So we cannot fight this battle. We must talk it out. You were the only one there, so you must give us any idea of how to negotiate with this thing.
Well,
I could not say it myself, General.
I did not learn much, but it does seem like the other three members of the quartet are a lot more forgiving. Why they aren't the ones making the delegations is beyond me. And so instead we've got this bloodthirsty fuck.
Well, simply as you see it, there's a very rare occasion where we send out one of the kings of the council. From the Council of Kings, of course.
Could you not have sent a more fucking brave one?
Simply not, because they would not go. They are more valuable than anything, really. So, for they would never leave the high chairs. Obviously, us generals have to be out on the field, watching our men die, but the kings of the council just say words and want it to happen.
And also, whose fucking idea was it to send the Queen to the delegation?
You see, if you'd like to go to the Council of Kings chambers, you may certainly attempt to. But we command the soldiers and the units to where they're meant to go. We do not make the peace negotiations here. We're out of the loop.
Yeah, I know. So why the fuck did I have to make the peace negotiations?
Well, you see, out of the general sitting at this table, you were the only one who was free at the time. And it's kind of worth the least. There were no candy folk there, so there was no need to send our candy generals in. And Lorenzini must deal with most larger term affairs.
Yes, I fucking get it. But I should have been the king making these peace deals. I was simply meant to be there to protect them.
Well, the king was, I'm not too sure, but from what I gather, he was not meant to be back here alive. Yes.
So I could have offered this.
As you know, the other general that was not here was one. They used to be in the Silverstoak area, as you would have known from your transfer from Orc Country, the borders there, which you were renowned for winning. You will be moving to the quartet, which, well, it seems that was not the optimal choice.
Yep.
And as you know, I've now taken over Orc Country, as it should be. But you were to be taking over from Gerard's place in the quartet. Obviously, Gerard is now. We're currently unaware of the situation after he killed a good couple of handfuls of men in a kerfuffle at the quartet. I'm sure you've heard of it. At first, he sent in Sergeant. Oh, goodness me, I've forgotten his name now. Sergeant Marik was sent in with his men, and well, he came back with himself and a missing arm. We've given him a replacement, but simply it will not be enough to bring him back fully into action. Also, he's susceptible to disease, because obviously you know of selenite poisoning. So we obviously cannot even invade their space for much longer which Gerard did not place into factor as he killed most of our men. And, well, obviously, you know that you were meant to take over his place. And you were meant to, pull us from this pit of doom.
You picked the wrong fucking general.
We know. We know we picked the wrong one. Now you got all of us from our front lines here to deal with this fucking mess.
Listen, you know my strengths. I excel in combat, not fucking little peace negotiations.
You excel in combat? Jesus Christ. You want to get a limp dick when you're against the fucking Obsidian Prime?
I won the fucking Orc territory. And then you put me up on a diplomatic fucking mission?
You won. You won You won back some shitty piece of land from these dirty fucks. You think I care about that? You've done nothing. How you even got promoted to general bespokes me. Good God. Selenite soldier. Do you not understand this? You fucked us. Completely. And I'm done sugarcoating it. I'm a fucking candy folk. You know how silly that is? Well, we all need to calm down at this table. We need to calm down. I think that we all understand the situation. Thank you to the general. Yes, no problem. I'm quite good with the numbers, but as if you don't mind me taking the reins here, generals, I'm sure we can figure something out. It's just we're waiting on the council at this moment to see if we are fighting this battle, or we are retreating in some sort of way, or bending our backs and making some sort of peace negotiation. Well, you know that I am all in the team for a peace negotiation, but I do not know. And then you hear the other guy go, he goes,
Well, I'll be in turn for a peace negotiation as well.
and you watch as they kind of come to a conclusion that they're going to wait for what the council says, and you're sent back to your chambers. And that is where we'll end the session. D-Man, can you finish us off?
Well, how will Brent Carter and the team get out of this one? This is a bit of a tricky situation for all, mostly caused by me, but yeah, we'll have to see next session how willing the quartet will be to a peace negotiation. And thank you for watching CTG, and I will see TG you next week.